Yeah, can't forget. All right, sweet. So the plan today, for the study group is we've been talking about it a lot, getting back into a little bit more hand history review. I want you guys to kind of stay sharp. I'll be calling on you guys throughout the group randomly, and not just about the hand. We got to think about our ranges, other kind of type of hand situations we'll be in. It'll help us stay sharper when we're in game. But we're gonna just warm up since we've started with this, just small blind, big blind facing an RFI, make sure we're getting our 3-bet ranges, our defending ranges, just real basic fundamental stuff, But even the fundamentals are a little hard. People were just calling a little bit too much or didn't have this all in, so it's good to see. And then our friend B Money, longtime member here, shows up every week, goes hard, submitted a hand history for us that we're gonna break down. What is the hand history as well?
It's an Iggy 1550.
It's Iggy 1650.
Yeah, sorry, 1650. Yeah.
Oh, is it the Crazy Eights?
No, if it is, it's it's the earlier one because I don't play the later one. They have like 4. I always play
Of
like
course.
I play like the first 2. The one you play is too late for me, but I think so. It might be one of those.
All right, sweet. Yeah, we'll have a nice little Iggy hand history to review. I know it very well. It's one of the spazziest places in the world, but you also run into some good players, and it's hard to decipher who's who sometimes. So yeah, next hand. We'll do 10 hands and then get the hand history. Because on the side here, I want to make sure I get it uploaded and working. So we get into it seamlessly. All right, Matt, what are you doing here? Same questions apply as before. We're not just worrying about our hand. What are you doing with the other portions of your range? Call jam if they were in later position. All right, so if they're hijack or later or something like that, you're jamming, calling this. Are you ever jamming king, jack, king, queen suited anywhere in that region? Any of the suited jacks or tens? Anything like that? Or suited queens? I think we jam the suited ones less. So you're gonna be jamming king, queen off a little bit more, is what you're saying? Like, where are we going? Jamming ace, queen off?
I think you like the additional equity with the suited stuff when you jam, because when you get called, you run a little better.
What are your thoughts here, Joey? How you doing, my man?
Oh, pretty good.
I'm just thinking about, I'm talking about specifically the jamming range. Obviously, we have our strong value, but even hands like ace king suited, are you non all in there, or is your all in, or is your 3-bet range at 20 specifically all in for all of it?
I'm tempted to just aces and maybe ace 5 suited to match it as non all in, but most everything else.
Aces and ace 5. So set abs is jam queens to 7, raise aces and kings.
Because if you're 3-betting small with aces, you need to balance it with at least one.
Yeah, we for sure have some more 3-bet not all ins, I think. But to be honest, I don't have much of that in my game at 20 bigs. So I just jam aces a lot too, because I'm not really just 3-betting light at this point.
Yeah, these are good questions to ask. This is the basic chip EV, so you can assume this chart is pretty true. Deviating in some ways depending on your opponent here. Like sometimes the bottom of the range when these people are too tight just does no good. So we're calling here. Toe, did you have a thought here?
I thought Set Hab's range was pretty close. I don't think King Queen was in there, but I also, yeah, I mean that was really it for the most part.
All right. King Queen O pure call. I ask about these because these weird little islands, King 10, King Jack.
I did have one other thought. To 3-bet not all in with your aces, kings, and queens here is phenomenal. Even though you're only doing it with that and it's kind of face up, like they just call. They just do. So you should definitely use that.
Yeah, I could get behind that, but I'm not working in my bluffs if I do
it's okay
that.
to be
like look at this, like these little
when even if you look here, we're only doing it with those 3 hands, really. So 4 hands ish. So we don't have a lot of bluffs because we don't have a lot of value. So it's cool.
Yeah, but if you were to incorporate all these at an appropriate frequency, it would make, it would make up
I-
a balance for this, but nobody's doing all
maybe-
this.
Would it be, it'd just probably be simpler just to pick one of them and add like maybe ace eight off.
And just full frequency ish that, and then everything, the rest of your value. Yeah, I know other pros that use that method. All right, let me see. B money, start
I
using
mean, I
this.
would almost take all of it and put it in something like sevens or queens versus putting an ace eight off.
All right.
So-
All right, I'm getting his hand history up here. All right. Oh, at 30. What are you doing here, Matt? Let me download this. Whoops.
Matt said call. I think 30 we can rip. I think a little deeper we can mix 3-bet or call.
Oops, I'm sorry. There we go. All right, 30 bigs to this. I have chat blocked because I was trying to get these hand histories up. My apologies. There we go. Jamming suited broadways first instinct. It's just jamming. Suited 10x and jack x. Kep, what did you say you were doing, my man?
At 30, I just jam, but if we get to like 35 or a little deeper, we can, I think, have 3-bet not all in option or call. But I think 30 just wants to jam.
Woo! Jamming suited broadways. Puck says ace 10, ode to ace king, 3-bet not all in, ace king suited jam. Okay.
I don't
And
see suited paint in that range, Pucks.
yeah, what about our queen suited jack x, king x, queen x? I said suited paint above jamming.
Yeah.
So a lot of jamming I see from people in this spot. Suited 10s, well done. King jack mixing, which I think is great. These kind of hands, you can't really make a mistake. I sit here and say, I just know I need to V-pip it and adjust according to opponent. Jamming the suited aces, ace deuce to ace 7 as well. I think these are missed a lot at 30. And people wig out and not really sure what to do. This is a lot of V-pipping. If you're sitting in game the easiest way, ace 5-0 plus, are your suited aces, suited connectors, suited 8s plus, offsuit 10s. All right.
Yeah, we're VPing 30%.
That's a big number
Yeah.
at 30 bigs. People aren't hitting that number. Not even close. All right. Just calling this. You know the drill. What percentage of hands, just a percentage base, do you think you're all in with here, Matt? It's a tough ass question, isn't it? Kep, feel free to chime in. What do you think?
Yeah,
All in,
this
just
is another
percentage.
spot. I don't really 3-bet not all in, so I'm going to be pretty high around, I guess, 18%, something like that.
18, 15% for Molten. Danny, where you at with the? I know, I know you come from the cash streets, right? What are you jamming here? What percentage base? And what's your range here, bud?
Yeah, I'm thinking like 18. I play more MTTs. I just showed up in cash the other day. I mostly played
Oh,
cash
that's right.
live way back in the day.
Oh, okay, that's right. Yeah.
But
So
yeah,
you got
jam-
18%.
Jamming all pairs,
Mm-hmm.
all the offsuit aces.
Mm-hmm. Damn, it
Uh,
seems like a big number. Big number.
Ace 10
Dan.
suited plus and the not the middling ones.
It feels like we're gonna be jamming more than 20%. Cheap to win. Where you at, my man? How you doing? And what are your thoughts on this spot?
Hello, friend.
Good to see you, man.
I'm not sure here. It's too early in the morning for me to be commenting.
It's all good. It's all
I'll be
good. Feel
quiet
free
for
to
the
lurk.
first 20 minutes here. Give me another 20 minutes.
No, it's all good, my man. Feel free to lurk and soak it in. That's what the group is for, you know.
Thank you.
All right.
Call on me in a bit, though.
Yep. This is a call. Yeah. All in with 5s to jacks. No, I mean, I'm all in with like deuces. A lot of offsuit aces. I'm gonna say 25% myself. That feels like a giant number, but let's see. 15's a big number. Yeah, I would jam this. I envision jamming more of these. All pairs. I'd be jamming king. King Jack probably just has more calls. Oh, I'm too loose. What else is new?
So like that ace 10 suited, ace jack suited, I ain't screwing around with that. That's shit getting ripped. That's why I knew my number was gonna be higher because I just ain't playing that.
Pucks
That 10
nails it.
suited in there, you know?
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm jamming a lot of this. Like this shit sometimes as well. Like, I don't know. I'm a little just too aggressive. It just plays pretty well as a call. And the suited 9x does what? Block the bottom of their this 8 and 9 just blocks the bottom, right?
No, they're
Their
way
opening
wider than
range.
that.
I know, right? Especially in real life.
It's ahead of it's getting a lot, it's getting too many worse heads to fold, probably.
Yeah. Hands are just king X should we have dominated. All right, let me try to get this uploaded. God, I wish I could be resized. Next hand. Nah, this is just dog shit. All right, last one for the mat, and then I'm getting this open in the background. And then Larry, what are you doing with do you have any jams outside of it, like ace king off? What's your jamming range here? 3-bet not all in range. Feels like I'm calling
Versus, what is this, UTG?
no, this is +2 MP.
I don't think I have a jamming range here. Not at 30.
Okay. Not even ace king off. You're just gonna and what size would you 3-bet?
6.5 to 7.
6.5 to 7. So 3 to 3.5. And what does
Yeah.
that range consist of?
So what am I gonna 3-bet here? So I think obviously tens plus. Ace queen plus. And then ace 5 suited.
Tens plus ace queens plus ace 5 suited. And Matt says 3-bet, 9 all in. Ace is the queen and ace king suited. Oh. Calling this? Or folding?
This hand I think is a give up. It's full.
It's in.
It sneaks in, huh?
Yeah,
One gappers.
yeah. I mean, this kind of shit right here is so just disgusting. And then Molten's like calling. And look, way less jamming. I mean, I see this. I ask about ace king because I mean,
It's crazy. I would
obviously.
have jammed ace queen O in a heartbeat.
No.
I wouldn't even have thought twice.
Yeah.
Look how much calling. Wow.
And then everyone's like, say, I don't think I'm jamming ace queen. I don't know what I'm doing. I play like a net bitch anymore. I've been burned. by
3-betting
these
ace jack
people.
O, not all in too much too.
Who's calling me? All right. I think I have his hand history up. The problem is I play Ignition as well, so I have to fucking find out the date and the time of the tournament. It was the 26th, and it was the 1658, the 26th. All right. I could just go to the day. All right, guys, we're almost there. Bear with me. Then we get another hand.
There we go.
Ooh, 25. I think we saw this, but this is a cutoff range. The range we saw before, I think, was the button, or was it the cutoff as well? Pucks, go ahead. What are you doing? You're on the block now. If you have a mic, when it
He's
gets
all
mic.
in.
Yeah, no mic. GG, you're dead to me. I think Larry has a mic, and Larry's the man.
Cheers, mate. Yeah, this gets shoved. I think I shoved probably all the way up to tens.
Okay.
And then I'm
That
gonna
includes
3-bet.
deuces. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Does that
right.
include the bottom, like 2s and 3s as well? You're jamming?
I think at 25 bigs versus cutoff, it's all pairs up to like tens.
Okay. All pairs up to like 10s, and then you start 3-betting not all in. What size would your 3-bet not all in be?
About 6.5.
3.5, 7, 3.5 at this. 7 puts in 4. Okay. twos to fours start getting close. Offsuit aces here.
And then,
Yep.
yeah, I don't have any, three bets offsuit aces, all the offsuit. I think like ace ten off to ace king off are a shove. And then I think we three bet a little bit more with the suited variety. So I'll three bet queens plus. And then probably down to ace ten suited.
Okay.
And then if I'm feeling spicy, I'll mix in some shoves with like ace two off, ace three off.
Ooh, he's jamming the bottom at some frequency. It was the 26. There it is. 1650. I'm sorry, I'm making sure. 208 hands. I believe I found it. All right, jacks through deuces, all in. Aces to queens, raise. Oh, that's I think we get to raise not all in with 10 sometimes, right? It's
Yeah,
like fucking
we're probably
jack.
jamming up to
Tens are
sevens or
cuspy, I
eights.
think.
Yeah, tens are probably mixing, right? But I mean, it's the solver might just like, yeah, it's just woo!
Shoving them.
Jacks.
Oh man, I'm jamming. Some of this is way too many offsuit aces. Ace 10, I would be in there some. This is why it's so ridiculously good to just drill the fundamentals. We're in 25 BB chip EV every single session as a tournament player. Literally every time you play poker, you're going to be in a big blind with 25 bigs as an online player multiple times every tournament. So this is why it's kind of really good to work on this stuff, man. And just drill some of the basics, look at these ranges versus RFI.
It's hard to find those two punts, man. Like I just never do it. The king eight, queen eight. Like they're to me, they're just pure like bluff punts. If they call, we're in bad shape.
I mean, to be
It's okay.
fair,
Put it in
the
ace queen
EV,
suited and like king queen O, you're probably fine, right?
like, dude, like the
missing the
EV
islands.
from these is like going to be the same between calling and jamming. It just likes to have these for balance, and you don't even like. You guys are playing. You're in the spot here. You know if your opponent's playing too loose or too tight, and you have a read. So, you know,
I would slide it up and pick to the king nine still. Like I know it probably just wants to call that because it does pretty well post flop. But if I had to pick one to jam out of that region, it would be the king nine.
Well, the problem with the 9 is it blocks
It
the voting
bottom of
range
his opening range.
cutoff.
Yeah, yeah. The cutoff's bottom of the cutoff's opening range is what?
Offsuit nines.
Yeah, it's all suit nines, but still.
But so
Wider
when
suited,
you
you play
get this
wider
to
with suited.
fold, like you don't. It's just too strong of a range here. So you want to use these to fold out this and this, right? You get way more of a range.
Yeah,
Like this is nice. All these combos
Yeah,
that
yeah.
they're gonna open now. That you
I
get
would
to
argue
fold out.
it's way more important to not choose the 9x as your three bets or your jams or whatever, and put those king eight and queen eight suited almost anywhere else and not take those nines out because it's so important to not block the
Yeah.
bottom of the range.
Yeah, people are smarter now. People are playing with charts open and shit like that. So that ain't nobody missing the bottom of the 9x range, opening range as much as they used to. So with that being said, don't block that.
People are cheating.
Well, yeah, it's easy as hell to have a chart, a raising chart up. So
Yeah, it really is.
never gonna. I mean, come on now. All right. We've done our little warm up. Let's get into looking at this 1650, or is this it says 55, so it's a 55, correct? There we go. Oh, B Money said BRB. He's not even here yet. I can't even shred the man. Oh well, the
I think
show
that was
goes
me.
on.
That was cheat to win.
No, B Money said earlier he had to dip. And this is his hand history. You'll have that. Keep this open on the side. Give me one moment. And this is going to be good because what we're going to do is, obviously, man, I'm not going to make it easy on you guys. We don't want to just look at our hand at play. 1,700 bigs. Oh, well. We're going to.
Sorry, guys, I'm back.
There he is. See, he was gone. B Money.
Yes,
Was this a 55 or a 1650?
1650.
Cool. That's right.
1,700 big blinds.
Oh, we
New
start out with
definition of deep stack.
4,000. We start out with 4,000 in these things. A lot of these Iggy tournaments and some of them. So
I say, so what's the adjustment for that? Are you tighter or are you looser or like what's going on here? I have no
all of
idea.
the
There is no
above.
strategy in written for 1700 blinds.
Here's the thing I've been toying with is that just make, and I haven't done this yet, like you'll see it when I open, I think I 5x it to open. I'm toying it with like 10xing it to open because you just want to shrink the
That's too
SPR.
much.
Yeah, but it's like, it's
This
still
is-
worth the same amount of your buying, right? You want to get the SPR to a reasonable, like a realistic SPR.
No, but you're thinking about an SPR when you should be thinking about your opponent's ranges. You're
Yeah,
still
I'm
gonna
also-
over condensing, and then you want some of these guys in there with these loose badass ranges. You
I
want
agree.
them in there so you can get them to
Oh.
overvalue some of their bad King X, Queen X, Jack X hands. When you fucking 10x'd it, they'd no longer play Queen 10 off. They're not,
Maybe, like, I think they do sometimes. I haven't done that yet. I've been toying with the idea.
B money.
But I
If you
just
had
use
an-
5x it.
If you
Like,
have
I'm
enough
down for
RAM,
sizing up, but like you want to go 4 here, that's cool. If you want to go 5 here, I can half see that. We're so fucking deep, but anything more than that, I think is just overkill.
if you have
All right,
enough
guys.
You're gonna
RAM,
get
you could.
you're gonna get the same calling ranges going 6 or 5 or 4 than
You're
are.
talking to somebody who's made a living on this site. I mean, I'm an ambassador, the poker ambassador for the site. I play it every fucking session for 5 years. I'm printing 35 bigs by registering the tournament at the beginning when we're this deep from a database analysis.
what's
I'm
your
fucking
adjust-
crushing it. Play
what's your-
hands, play standard, play normal. 3x. 3x, who gives a shit if we go multi-way like that? What did Brad Wilson say when he came in the cash game group? When you're in these loose ass games, loose ass table, deep stack, I'm not going to be making these really bad, weird
You don't wanna
adjustments.
condense ranges.
Yeah, and I'm just going to play my game. If I raise pocket 8s and get 4 calls, fuck it. That's what's supposed to happen. It's okay. But I will say my 3 bets, my 3 bets and my value, I'm bombing it.
So my only comment would be, if you had a computer with enough RAM, you could actually play around with different strategies on HRC to see what it might look like.
Yeah,
So
but
my only comment,
Who's
I don't have
got
enough
that?
RAM.
no, like
1700 big
nobody has
blinds,
it.
you need all the RAM in the world.
So I don't like, that's the thing. I don't know anything outside of a theory base, and I'm still just going to play like a 200 BB strategy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, for instance,
I
GTO
can go
Wizard,
3-4 big blinds. It's even fine, but that's like, it's moot.
to the best
Yeah,
of
my-
my knowledge, GTO Wizard did develop their early ranges with HRC. Now that they've expanded since then with the AI and they've used other things, but they used their ranges were developed from what I understand with HRC. So it's a good program if
Yeah.
you want to play with it on your own, right? To look at this shit.
Yeah, like,
Also, just real quick, in these tournaments, you only have this many big blinds for like an hour
An
into
hour.
a more reasonable stack, so you don't have to worry about it too much. It's an hour of play that you're
yeah,
worried
people
about.
are gigapunting it. Like, it's just super standard. Like, get in there with your nut flush, your suited ace X. I'm not overcalling a ton of bullshit like king, queen off in mid position. I'm still playing a pretty snug mid position. Late position, I'm gonna get in there and overcall some, not too loosely. Hands that can make the nuts. I can play in position. I know I'm not gonna get stacked. 3 to 4x opens, and it's just real standard, man. I don't think it's like we're trying to reinvent things because we're deeper. We don't have to be shook. So what, you're gonna open ace queen and it's gonna go 5 ways, whether you want to 3x it or 6x it. These guys don't give a shit. So I'm sorry, we got distracted. First hand of the tournament, we complete, which makes a lot of sense. Probably mixing limp lead in this. We're not going to be able to run some of this early stuff. Anybody double barreling this? I guess it doesn't really matter. Yeah, it probably just doesn't matter this deep. I would probably mix double barreling a lot. Damn, I said he would 2x pot on the turn. I don't think when this much completed equity, when 6-8 gets there and stuff like that, and we just have a flush draw, it makes sense. But I would probably just pot it or go big if I was gonna bet, like 55%. And we block it. I'm not opening shit like this, even for this deep. I'm not gonna accomplish a lot. There it is, the 5x. Oh, baby, this is what we've come to see. We don't see this playing against a solver. You can't solve for this.
No, no, no.
Anybody folding? Crickets. That's what I like to hear. Not folding. Here we go. Setup said he would raise 20. Woo!
Raising as a value, raising as a bluff.
Raising to put him in a tough spot. I wouldn't raise this. I would have some raises, maybe with like king 10 with just the king of diamonds or something like that to try to bluff. King jack with just a king or jack of diamonds, I would turn into a bluff. Oof. Pucks, you folding, calling what? What happens in these spots? Feels bad, mans. Call without a diamond, he says. Whoa. It sucks, but I call. Villain dependent, but most likely I'm folding. Toe, you ever calling this?
The fuck out of here.
I'll pull
This
it.
ace is so good for us, and he's still leading. Like, so yeah, them the fuck out.
The problem is this guy, like these guys are so wild and weird. The spaz factor is high, but I mean, I agree. I kind of play. Try not to be spewy. Unblock. We almost need a diamond to call, right?
Yeah.
Or do you want unblocking diamonds? I think you would want a diamond to call. Just folding. Let's try to get through these because
I mean, the strategy when you're super deep in general is usually like push good hands, stay away from marginal pots, right? Like, so you're marginal as fuck there with 2 overs, third pair.
I ain't gonna
Plus
lie.
overdraws.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I'd probably flick this deep to try to anything.
Me too.
Who gives a shit if I lose a half a big this deep? But that's a little bit of wishful thinking. But I'm calling. I'll probably flick this. Yeah, deep. I mean, another consideration there is like we're so deep it doesn't affect our utility, and we are literally trying to play hands with opponents that we perceive to be bad or worse or be spazzy, right? In these kind of spots. So I would have just flicked and prayed that I hit my 1% of the time I flop something sick. Getting 6-1.
It's super easy to play post.
Yeah, like I'm just gonna give up a lot. It doesn't matter if I lose a half a big. I can never get in trouble. Miss Clay.
Miss Clay.
Yay. This looks like a toe hand history.
A pot sweetener. This is hilarious.
It's funny as if he gets raised here.
Oh my god.
Come on,
look at-
baby. Come on, baby. Hit me.
6-3.
Huh?
What have you
Mediocre, but
done?
not bad.
What have you done to yourself? Oh,
Problem is
baby.
you're dead. Bye-bye.
He can't fold.
You can't call.
Oh,
I'm folding.
It was impossible to call here. Your club is
yeah,
dead.
you're just
Gone.
dead. You're just drawing to a 4. Oh,
You go.
Snapful.
yeah, you're just dead. Don't compound the mistake.
these
and lower
guys.
price.
Wonder
Heads
what he
up
ever
again.
bets pot with.
Let's see what they show up with. 9, go small, and then what? Oh, he goes half pot.
Oh, he raised. He clicked it.
Oh,
That's the flop
Pocket
flush.
2s, pocket 5s.
So you called it right away, kept at the flop. Oh, 10-8. What are you doing in there with 10-8 off?
Crazy
See, this
ace,
is
man.
why these tournaments are profitable, and it's like just play. I mean, I would not ever fold this in this tournament. And it's not under the gun. Count back from the button and stop being lazy. You like there's
Nah,
2
it's under the
people
gun.
missing here.
UTG 1.
still.
UTG 1 isn't open at 100. Maybe not UTG, but I would open this at this
This is
table.
a hand that flops the
these
nuts.
guys.
You gotta play the
Here
hands that
versus
flop the
these
nuts.
guys. With cats playing 10-8-0. Man.
For shits and giggles, I put 1,750 big blinds, 6 max in HRC. It's still running, but under the gun's opening 7.5% of hands.
So
That's
tight.
what-
What size is it using?
Well, I put in 2. I put in 2.5 big blind and I put in 5 big blind. And but the problem with HRC is it's always going to split the range. So, I mean, if I only use 2.5, it might go a little more. You might be 10% of hands. Ain't gonna be much more.
Gotcha. All right. Joey, are you ISOing this? What's your ISO range versus these guys?
Actually, against this type of group, I think this might be the bottom of my ISO range.
What about are you taking king jack off?
Not king jack off.
Hmm.
King jack suited, yeah. I
King
mean,
nine suited?
we're still in middle position. We still have a lot of players left, and
I know.
I think with these deep stacks, suited hands play much better than all suited.
So you're gonna be
So I
king nine
would
suited?
let the very margin, king jack, king 10. Just let him go.
Yeah, this is over a 14 hand sample, but these guys. I
Does anybody have an overlimp? Here?
Yeah, I have lots of thoughts. I'm just waiting for you guys.
Go ahead, Tal. What are your thoughts about?
Usually, I would highly recommend those of you who haven't taken the masterclass, check out the masterclass section on limping specifically. And what Jonathan talks about there a lot is actually raising with your offsuit combos and over limping with your suited combos. So this is a pure ISO. It's just for value. Because this guy's probably not limping ace jack. But hand like a king jack O, definitely an ISO, but king jack suited would be an overlimp in theory. Pocket eights, you kind of want to overlimp. Pocket sevens, you want to overlimp those lower medium pairs that are going to have problems post flop. You want to overlimp those, and then of course raise the bigger ones for value. So that's the general theory on.
So that's kind of interesting, but I actually ran stuff at HRC, combat limpers on my own because I play with them so often, and I found that like what Joey said there is it really likes to ISO with like the offsuit aces, ace, king, ace, queen, and down to ace 10 sometimes, depending on the position, king, queen, king, jack off sometimes, but then it likes all the suited broadways. Often it likes the suited nines.
Yeah, I
What
would
is the
use suited
overlimp?
nines.
Right?
No, to raise.
How to raise.
Right? That's
Yeah,
what
they want to
you're
raise all
thinking.
this. Mostly you're raising.
Yeah.
And HRC, that's what it wants to do. It wants to use
Yep.
against the limpers, the suited stuff, and then your offsuit ace blockers and some of your kings.
What
So
was your
my
stack
ISO
depth when
range-
you ran that?
What's this?
What was your stack depth?
I don't. It was probably just like
Something
40s.
normal.
That's like an average random. I just was curious because it's not really like you don't know what the hell. Like then you got to screw with their limping ranges, blah blah blah. So it's really hard to really know for sure. But it did like. I mean, generally the heuristic wasn't really like the suited broadways. Sometimes suited nines. If you're the later in position you get, the wider you get. That's all. That's how I do it. Like
Right.
now, just because of that.
Cool.
Woo! Just a 28 big 3-bet. 26
What
big.
about, what about
open.
20? Yeah, we didn't even need the 3-bet. The 3-bet was only 2 bigs more.
Hot C-bet, multi-way. Call.
This is the Bickford theory. Of just
250 bigs in
size and way the fuck up.
122 check raise min. What the fuck is
He
going
clicked it Madness. and wins.
A 500.
Whoa, he raised 6 and then raised 26. I wonder what the 6 playing. That was aces.
What was the range of the limper? Dude, you can't give these guys a range.
This guy raised 26 every hand and then raised 6 all of a sudden. Like that's aces for sure.
Just click 100% range and you're gonna be on it.
Yeah. God. Just giving up.
But look at the VIP VPIP of the P4D, the guy upstairs that won the begin.
Yeah, the thing, yeah, he's playing all
7 hands.
7 hands. Set haps. What are you doing? You got a VPN now? What are you doing here? Get off my streets.
Well, now he limps.
Now
Ain't that a
he bets
motherfucker.
one.
Hey.
That a bitch. That's tilting. Like I don't
10
care about
bigs.
that beats. The fact that he's
Yeah.
raised 25 bigs every hand and now limps. It's so
Yeah, he's played every hand. You got to go 10. Nah, it's fine.
awesome.
All right. Let me see. I have to call on somebody for this one because I think it's a very interesting type situation and see what people are actually fucking doing. Molten Ashes. Savage Ashes. What are you doing?
So what
here?
up? Okay,
What up?
so
What are your thoughts?
okay, in theory, if we were playing 2 regs, I'd probably check aces here to balance, but against hijack, who is 89, 67, 25,
Yep.
who probably gets here a lot with a lot of worse hands than they should have, like weak jack X. Like I wouldn't be surprised if they have jack 3 suited.
Okay.
I'm just gonna to exploit bet this one.
What size would
I'm
you
just gonna
go?
like just hmm.
And think about it.
Okay.
You're already exploiting. What are you doing?
Okay, so I'll still go 1/3 because even if I exploit big, I can just run into it with like jack 5 off, and I don't want that.
But
So
you
I'll just
can
go
also
1/3.
just lose value by if you're gonna exploit in a spot like this and go big. I think I would just go big if I'm gonna exploitatively bet against people this loose. But I think I might still be check rate and just trying to check raise, bomb it, and expecting player 480 in the backseat to check. But it's very interesting.
My
What were
thoughts
your
are
thoughts?
there's
Go
two
ahead.
different players here.
Yep.
You're exploiting against one player. There's still another player in the hand you didn't even discuss.
Oh yes, but
Yep, he did it as well.
I like this. I don't think we check when we're the 3-better. Because like our 3-betting range here is so fucking tight, it's just pure value, right? Or squeeze range here, whatever you want to call it, ISO range. Like it's super tight there, right? We're gonna check back 99% of our range or whatever. So I think we have to see bet. I kind of like this size.
I'm curious as hell. This is a good one. I mean,
We're multi-way.
can't run it. This shit is
Yeah, can't run it.
7
It's impossible.
hundred bigs. It ain't
I kind
happening.
of like this. And
yeah, I'm torn, and I think it's one of those spots where I could almost see a case for damn near everything. When a player like this loose, who we've been seeing crank it and just cranking the pop button, I could see both of us checking and him potting the fucking thing with almost his entire range or doing some dumb shit, right? And then we get to check raise.
A little protection though. Not a lot, a little protection.
But I mean, they're also, I don't know, they're gonna realize the equity no matter what when there's deep. You go 8 or you fucking check. It's not gonna stop a gut shot from calling.
No, but to get value.
Or getting. Yeah, that's why I would almost like the people who are going big as well. Like I think that's a reasonable option because there's so many Jack X symmetry hands. But yeah, it's a very interesting spot, and I don't think you can really make a mistake per se. Check calling is probably my least favorite option if that were to happen.
Me too.
What do you guys think about this bet? What do you think, Intel? Would you bet here?
Never. No. I'm just
I
check
think-
calling you down. Let him bomb his missed draws and whatever. I'm not folding, but when I bet here, now all his draws fold. So I'm pushing out a worse. Like he could call by a 9, maybe, but it's just 3-bet double barrel. So if he's got a 9, he might be that kind of dumb. But even some people are gonna have some, moment of truth, some light bulb moment where like you're just so strong here always. Yeah, so I would check here, check call 100%, and check out river almost 100%.
B Money, what's your
number
thoughts on
8 or
betting
10.
here? You still get value from worse under pairs and
I
charts.
just think these
whatever
guys
draws.
are all super passive, super fishy. Like, I don't want to cap. Just, I don't know if he's going to bet or not. So rather just bet small, get value from a 9 or a draw, then bet medium on the river. We probably still can get called by a lot worse.
Problem is like, what else are you betting small here with, right? Like we're deep as fuck. If we have a jack or some sort of hand, we're gonna want to size up here.
yeah,
We need to get 700 bigs in, right? Somehow. So
the check on the turn, he's gonna bet for sure. Watch out, this guy's donkey material.
I don't
if
know.
he doesn't, if he checks back, we can always get a
Let-
river bet.
I'm
Right?
on Team Toe with that one.
Let's ask Sid Habs what he does if we check to him on the turn.
Pot over pot.
I mean, that used to be an old saying about
Pot
me. It was like
2x.
you want to get value from toe, but flop check turn, you're gonna get value from toe. Like that used to be almost a good certainty.
So this will get to an interesting spot. I can dig it.
It's fine.
I can dig this. Oh, this guy. That's the 7150.
God.
What a fun spot here. What a fun spot now. Holy shit. Danny, are you raising this? Cole, are you raising this? Or are you just calling? What are your thoughts? Cole, Danny?
Yeah, you
But-
got a 4-bet.
Got
I'm
a
for
four
betting.
bet.
I'm for betting.
And what sides would you guys go?
I don't know, 85. That's just off the top of my head.
Yeah, 90.
Yeah, I'm 75 to
3x,
80.
2.5x, 3x, 3.5x. So I've heard anywhere from 2.75x
I
to
usually
about
say what I'm gonna do.
3.25.
I also
I was
don't hate a
waiting.
call in position, honestly.
I was waiting too. I was seeing if anyone was gonna do what I was gonna do.
So what are you doing?
I'm wondering if
I
we
am
can-
like 70% want to rip it on his ass right here.
Yeah, I was thinking the same.
Mm. You
A
think
Rigby?
this guy is just ridiculous enough to just
He's
call?
obviously ridiculous. I think he's gonna call.
Yeah.
He's definitely calling ace queen. He's calling a lot of things we're flipping with. He's calling with king queen suited. You know, and
we
we
have
take this down
position.
now. If
Now
you told me
next
you
game.
want to bet this in position to like, I mean, in theory, this is probably gonna go like 70 or something. But
70's too small. right?
against
That's like
this
2.5.
guy, our four bets are generally smaller, right? In theory.
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking I'd be like 3x, but
Okay,
Like
that's cool. I get
2.75
that. I can get
now.
that with 90.
This
100.
deep.
Somewhere 70 between 70 and
180 in
100.
the
I mean,
pot.
that's theory for sure. Against this guy, just fucking rip it.
And you can go 30.
Because you call here, he's potting the flop 100%. You miss the flop.
You're
like
never
60%.
calling.
And you're fucked. Bye-bye. 30
Never
bigs.
calling this guy.
But
So-
if you want to go, in theory, I think it's raise. Against this guy, I think I would just say fucking rip it.
So Toes exploit versus people this fucking wild and crazy is just to rip it and flip it versus them, where I would induce them to call with whatever by going 4x and then they're
See
just
that
going
a
to get
lot.
wreck posts.
That's
Yep.
theoretically correct.
I am never calling versus this guy.
You're just getting potted on the flop and losing this board.
No, you have to float so many boards versus this cat. It's disgusting. So here we
Now
go.
we're, now we're
I don't
floating
hate
at
a call.
100 blind pot.
I
Right?
did,
Like,
was anybody else? I don't think anybody else was on team.
no one said
Oh, cheat to win set flat. Cheat to win.
Yeah,
was
that.
I didn't
Those are
mind
callers.
it. I said 3-bet or
Larry-
call. I don't hate a call here, honestly, against this
Larry's
guy.
calling.
I'm in position on him. And we're gonna have
Oh.
some calls, right? We wanna, I mean, we don't have to just, I don't know. Seems all right.
I would
to
have a
me.
lot of calls. I would call jacks. I would call queens.
Do we honestly think?
call
I'm serious.
tens.
Like we play against. I think we like at the lower stakes guys. We see that this type of opponent a lot. I do every single session when I play this tournament. I know B Money sees a lot of these types of opponents as well. And my honest assessment is to just like push a lot of equity versus a guy with this high of a VPIP PFR playing as many hands, because he's overvaluing things like ace jack, ace queen, ace 10, king queen, hands we absolutely dominated, and we need to just put in the fucking money rather than us playing a higher variance spot where he does this. We call, he pot, overbet a 9 high board flop with hand we're probably ahead of, and we just are indifferent, right? Like this guy is going to bed with ace jack off right now, in my opinion. I've seen these guys torch it, right? So that's why I would just put in a lot of money with these type of ace kings and not really flat against a guy like with the standard VPIP, something like this guy. I think it's reasonable just to kind of play straightforward, especially in the bigger buy-ins. Well, there we go. No, never folding.
No.
Yeah, you could never fold here.
Ever in a million billion years can we fold to one. Getting
This is a good board.
we can only fold, like we're getting too good of a price. Like think about our MDF here. I mean, you have to call.
Also, he's c-betting range, and we're beating a lot of his range.
Yeah, I mean, and he has like king jack, king queen. So yeah, I think these guys are just absolutely ape shit insane, and yeah. Just check code. Yeah, we see these kind of opponents, and I really just like pushing. Man, this isn't as important as before. It's not a big deal. Let's get out of there. I don't know if we're allowed to fold even here.
3-bet this sub, right?
I mean, even at 100, let's just, this is good to look at 100, right? Because I mean, 100 is going to be a little bit more standard, what we see in these spots. B Money, what is your 3-betting range to a cutoff open at 100 bigs? Come on. Come.
Ace jack suited plus. I don't know about ace queen O, 'cause I feel like ace queen O, you're supposed to call on the button a lot. I don't know if you're supposed to do it at 100 bigs,
Okay.
nines plus.
Well,
That's
we're
it?
about 20 hands in, maybe.
No, wait a minute. Yeah. Wait a minute. Now let's get the other contrast of it. Set have is it your three bet range to a cutoff open right here at 100. Let's see who's closer. Ace Jack, suited plus, nines plus was B money's. I know that's way too tight. What do you guys see set abs?
Oh, sorry. I was
Let's
on you.
go.
I
No,
think
go ahead.
every aces I have three bet all broadways, all pockets, all suited connectors, and have some king X suit as a three bet too.
So
Yeah, I mean-
that's a other end of the spectrum. So there's two ends of the spectrum. Somewhere in that middle, we're gonna find that. Go ahead, Cap.
What I like about C-Habs' strategy is like in a game like this, when people are just gonna like click the call button from the small blind and big blind, I like to ISO more too.
And
And
it's
I get the
gonna be
pot.
5 times his bet.
I like to get heads up in position if I can when I'm on the as much as I can from button and cutoff, especially.
You can go ape shit. Outside of like ace 10, ace 9, and some of the lower pocket pairs, what's the thing? What do you see here with your range versus an open? What do you notice?
You mix up.
Every single hand, right? And one thing I noticed, and I've talked to some guys about in early stages, when you hear about people like Michael Adamo, right? And some of these really ultra tough beasts, you see these partial frequency mixed, they three bet every time. You know, like there is no calling range for these guys. They're not mixing. For some of the higher variance, high stakes crushers, they three bet at the stack depth 60 plus when it's a partial mixed frequency. When I talk to friends like, what are these guys doing different? Well, they don't fucking flat and they make your life hell a lot. And they check raise every partial frequency where it's called. So yeah, if you VPIP, you can three bet. And I think too many people are just gung-ho and calling because they're, you know, just more, it's easier and they feel like they're gonna and you're gonna be in position, but you can also mix three bet a lot. So that's a long-winded explanation to tell your ass to three bet more. Anytime you can flat at this stack depth to a single open, you can three bet. I mean, that ace 9 can never be folded to a cutoff open.
It's mostly from the button. Cutoff will be a little less.
I mean,
Yeah.
from the button to a cutoff open, correct.
I think the part I liked about that rant the most was that he name dropped, you know, when I'm talking to my friends Adonamo.
No, he's not my friend. That's about players like Adamo.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Is that theme consistent in other positions? Hero position is going to be in the cutoff now to MP. Yes. Yep. The EV is the same.
Yeah, the button and
A
cutoff
hair
really like the
less.
ISO if they can. I think you'll see a decent change at the hijack.
Yes. Nope. This is what I'm saying. Like, look at this. You can just everybody in the world in the mid stakes and the small stakes, flats, nines, is flats, fives plus 5s to 10s and 5s to 9s to an open. Well, here some of these guys, when you move up in stakes, is going three bet your ass and have 8s in the three bet pots and have a set, and you're like, what? So
It's still only 6% there.
I mean, but there's guys that are very good at the game, and it's way more than 6%. And their strategy is higher variance and three bet you to make you play worse. Now you're just at 3.5 as we got shallower. So we went from 5x to 3.5x. These are adjustments I don't think generate or lose a lot of EV. That's a gigantic three bet size, and I believe them.
If you're playing live and you see a live, good, strong pro like Matt, look at his watch before he acts pre-flop. No, you can guess that it's a hand that randomizes that he's going to either three bet or call with.
Yeah, it's not the top of the range, right? Unless he bait top of range opens and does it, right? Now you would have to have that in your game if you're doing that. Get out of there. We'll get to some deeper spots where we're a little bit more comfortable trying to speed run this. That's dog shit. Ace 9 O plus. This is fine, whatever. Anybody gonna try? I mean, are we going to try to make him fold out a better ace high, king X, or anything like that? Or are we just trying to get the showdown here? Anybody got the heart to do it? Anybody want to?
We could
On
bluff
the-
diamonds on a river, so this probably mixes some. I mean, it doesn't really have much going for it. Did it go check, check? Would he bet flop, check turn?
He didn't even bet flop.
Yeah, I mean, we could probably go for it and bluff rivers on a diamond.
Like, that's what I asked. These are little spots. I mean, look, there's 7 bigs in this spot. He feels fairly capped in a way. I wonder if I need to get better at probing to fold out ace highs and under pair. Since our range now can have unlimited amounts of 2 pair, right? We have king, queen off in our range and stuff like that, where I don't think this player is going to be balanced enough in checking enough strong queen X. Well, not strong. Some of his middling queen, like queen 8, if he opened here, queen 9, maybe mixing check. I don't think these guys do that enough.
No.
So when I get in these situations where I don't think players are balanced, and we're here with an ace high where we have showdown, even though we're never gonna fucking win the pot. Should we be turning this into a bluff a little bit more often?
I think in theory we turn these weaker aces into a bluff a lot.
Yeah.
Having the ace of diamonds is great too, because if it comes diamond on the river, we can go ham.
Yeah, and I think if I'm in game and I'm playing very well and I'm astute about the situation, I'll probably go like 55 to 75% pot here as well.
I might go a little over pot since he checked the flop.
Well, I think that could be a thing as well, Joy, but I think I'm reserving that bet size with other portions of my range. But if I'm like, I have the ace of diamonds, and if I'm gonna do that with like hands like 7-8 and my flush draws, having the ace of diamonds might want to 125 this as well. So I could see
This
that.
does have the characteristics for overbet. More draws
Yeah.
came out on the turn that don't actually connect.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
And we can wrap a lot on the river. I mean, I would just bomb every middle, low card, and diamond.
Mhm.
This feels bad.
Now we're
Because
done.
he just has he has shit. Like, we could have equity denied him and shit. So I don't know. Like, I just try to be better. This is why I think working in the trenches a little bit and talking about these kind of spots that we just bypass if you're sitting by yourself looking at. But when you have a conversation and really think about it, like, I think it can make sense to probe or bluff. Let's do a quick look at a situation like this where button opens at 100 and they cap their range, right? Or they don't bet, and then what our stabbing range, and if we're using some of our weaker ace highs there, because I kind of think these little spots are important.
He's probably not gonna have much. Hopefully he has some checking range here so we can look at it actually, but he might not even have a checking range.
I'm sure he will mix check with something. So it was button open, BB call. It was queen 6-4. I don't think. Fuck it, that's fine. All right, queen 6-4. Look at this. What the hell? There's a little bit of leading. That's savage.
That's weird for it to leave.
It is.
It's gotta have to
I
do with
would've
stack
never-
depth, right? It's because we're so deep, they just have none of that bottom stuff.
He's got a lot of checks.
Well, guys, I'm looking at this right now, and I can automatically say I'm over c-betting shit.
Me too.
I'm looking at so it's like, oh, I would never check that. Sweet, good to see. So he does check. Since he is supposed to have like kind of a robust checking range here, I wonder if we don't get to lead as much. Are we gonna fuck him up? Please. Come on, get your shit together, GTO wizard. A little bit.
Yeah, the ace of diamonds likes it. So that keeps you from over bluffing. If you just use the ace of diamonds,
Joey with
knowing
the
that you can
slam
bluff
fucking
river.
dunk.
Yeah.
And look at the sizing it chooses too.
Yeah, good
Yeah.
call, Joey. It's really got all the characteristics for overbet.
Yeah, like I'm looking at some of this other stuff. Like, whoops, I gotta click off of that. Whoops, like this 10-8. There we go. Like 10-8 of diamonds would be the easiest, right?
That's
Some of
beautiful
this
stuff.
Jack 10 of diamonds, you would lose control of your body. Like some of this other stuff, 7-5's a very good one as well, especially with a diamond. But even without a diamond, it's gonna mix it. And I think what I'm seeing here is like we got to be more vigilant about being aware in game. Like, go ahead.
Oh, my question is, do you think we overbet more when stacks are like this deep?
Yes.
And then we reel it back
Yeah.
in as we get shorter?
Yeah, as we get shorter, you just use a big size.
Yeah, if you have like 20 bigs, you're probably not overbetting, right?
No.
Yeah, I mean, Joey's probably using the strategy at 62.
Yeah,
Maybe
you're gonna at
40.
60, maybe a little, yeah, at 40 as well. Let's get back to the hand history because we got some hands to go through. I gotta check on my son, see what he's up to here in a minute. Is offsuit 10x B pipping to a cutoff open,
Yeah.
right?
3-bet some, call some.
Is it ever
200
folded?
bigs, I don't know, but I mean, like, if I'm in there, like, playing 100, sub 100, I'm V-pipping it.
Matt, are you V pipping this? Is this the bottom of your range or do you go to offsuit jacks? I'm calling. Kind of gave it away. Mixing with what? Folding and 3-bet? I don't think I 3-bet. Okay. This is always good shit to establish. This is fundamental work we're doing here. We're doing fundamental work, right?
Bottom of our range, so it's got a 3-bet some, I would think.
Little bit. In a hair of fold. And this is assuming the cutoff is 2.5x. And if you want to be weird technical this deep, you could say, well, I can decide to fold a little bit more. And it's fine, right? You're not making too big of a mistake. It's 0V, but I think we play well enough post flop in these kind of spots where it's okay to V pip. And we should probably get a little bit comfortable V pipping some spots and get comfortable being uncomfortable rather than being more nitty. Too many people find an excuse to be more and more and more and more and more nitty. Only person that needs that is set apps. That's the only person that needs to knit it up a little bit more. This deep.
Fold.
I mean, if you're playing well, like if you want to V-pip a lot, get outside, I guess it's fine, but king jack off. Now that I see this table, I see some shit, I would open it. Problem is, you're still going to get called and go multi-way a lot and stuff like that. So it's not a big deal. There it is. Ooh.
I don't know. Maybe I'm different than other players. Like if I get called multi-way, I just play poker. It doesn't distress me like it does a lot of people.
It does. It really makes people very uncomfortable and sad. They don't respect my raises. No, that means you at a soft ass table when there's this many people calling and you're blessed. What happened to our maniac? Uh-oh, did he dust it? It looks like, no, he might have dusted that shit. Who has his stack? Or he got moved. 32 bigs is what setups is doing. This is
I don't
interesting.
think we 4-bet that wide EP open and then EP 3-bet. I don't really think we pull our bluffs to that deep, honestly.
Mostly a call. I think this folds UT. Ooh, I've just heard a call. So this is good. A call, a fold, and a 4-bet.
Yeah, we're deep enough to with implied odds. I think we just have to
Jesus.
V-pip it and call.
So what are you doing here?
I don't think it's ever. This is a weird one because it's early versus early. I would never fold except for this iteration. Makes me kind of want to when it's like UTG versus UTG1, UTG1 versus UTG2. I'm never fucking 4-betting it myself. Oh, so look, solver feels kind of
Everybody, everybody's right. You win a car. You win a car. Everybody with this ace-4. Sad Habs is right. Matt is right. Pucks is right. Everybody. You could
I mean, I
fold
think a
some.
call is very attractive still, more so than here because we're 300-400 big blinds deep.
To be
So-
fair, a call is losing money a little bit. And
Yeah, but we got
4-betting
way
is
more than-
0.
So the pot odds, the implied odds are way larger because we're 400 bigs.
Agreed. I like it.
Felt we were too.
I would never fold here. To be
I only have
fair.
160 because I don't have 400.
All right, well, 160 still almost
Yeah.
1.5 times what we got.
I
here.
mean, I would actually never ever fold here. And this guy looks kind of tight over this sample size when it comes to three betting. I'd probably click over this and pure call. Even though he's playing a lot of hands, I don't think he's gonna suddenly get out of line for his 50 per. And like we ain't doing shit, and he's decided I'm only calling. What?
This is like nines, tens, jacks that just
He's
wants
got
to
a
fold
three.
right away.
Got a 3.
Wow.
Like if you had ace three suited, how happy would you be right now?
Oh, it'd
Set
be,
ace
yeah,
four.
the dream.
Nancy.
My God, like these people have no idea what they're doing, man.
Better
it's
question
great.
is, what do you do with ace 8 suited?
Oh, well, I think he's got an
Just
overpair,
fold.
so I would probably fold.
That's all.
Fold.
I think he's got a pair he doesn't want to see any more cards with.
You have to bet this, by the way. I'm only going to play this. He would never, a guy playing like this would never check an ace T or anything good. We have backdoor equity, 2 overs, some completed ace X. I don't know. This is just a pure bet for me. I mean, it's small. It's just a little thing. It's not like this with an over and 3 to a flush, 3 to a straight, and we have fucking 9 high on a. We have more ace X in our completing range than he does in his check back range. Tell yourself that quick story and double and triple barrel this. Too passive. I'd have doubled that turn with the speed of light, even though it's just 2 overs. It's another over to the 7 and 8. Like fucking.
He had spades too, didn't
They're
he?
triples. Excuse me?
Am I tripping? Did he have spades?
No, he had clubs. He had clubs. 3 bet. Oh, we have to be pip. Nope, not anymore. Remixing 3 bet to MP open with 6-7, some of our suited connectors, right? 50-50.
Under the gun one.
Yes.
So no.
Yes,
No,
correct,
yes.
Joey, right?
Yes.
Yes. I would 3 bet this. That's
I don't
why
know
was
about
like,
multi-way. Once there's an intervening.
No.
I would-
No. And that's another question for you guys. Who is completing here multi-way? But well, say it went 3 big blind call and you're on the button third in. Are you in there with 6-7 suited in a game like this?
What's the scenario?
The scenario is, say this player opens, this call gets through, this player folds. Are you calling 6-7? This squeeze does not exist.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm gonna flick it in sometimes. Sometimes I will, sometimes I won't. Depends on what I think of the table and whatnot.
Do you think it's theoretically sound to be flicking it every time or not?
Probably not. I don't know. Guessing.
You're against bad players here. You perceive that you have a skill advantage on you're in a button.
I think it's
Do you
fine.
think you should be playing your suited connectors against
Yep.
some inferior players very deep? Yes or
Yep.
no?
Yeah.
Don't fold in these smaller stakes tournaments, right? If that's the case.
Yeah,
I mean,
think so.
if we like I mean, I would never fold to the 3 here. As ridiculous as it sounds, I'm never gonna get myself stacked unless I just plan on rebuying, and I don't give a shit, which happens. But yeah, I mean, it's just a case. It's just making a small point there, and we can look at multi-way as well and see if we're torching it, like hero's position.
Button, right? Yeah.
Yeah, but it wasn't giving me the option.
Oh,
there it is. I'm sorry, I was missing. Oh, I just used my thumb. So annoying. It was MP. It said MP and cut off.
yeah, he was EP, I think.
Ever.
So
So it just concerned me when you said
look-
sometime we can
look
move the
at that, it
positions
does
around
have
a little
some
bit
3
more as
bets.
well. Yeah, it's even look at these 3 bets and shit.
Well, with 7-6 suited, it still has a bit of 3 betting.
Yeah.
Even with an intervening caller.
That these up here. So that's what I'm saying, guys. Like, when you said sometimes I fold, I'm like, oh shit, I'm never ever folding. Like, just all these suited connectors, this 7-8. You're gonna play well and these guys are gonna be c-betting out of position. Sizes, they're gonna be potting it from out of position with overpair when you flop
make
2
EP
pair and stuff
open.
like that. Boom.
Okay.
Yep. Let's see if we more flatters, right? Mas. Now you're done.
Yeah, fourth in, it's 4-bet or 3-bet or go home.
Yeah, fourth in is when shit hits the fan. Then you're gonna risk like seriously running set over set, higher flushes and shit like that a bit more often, right? Like you're just gonna get yourself fucking cooler. Like I'm surprised this stuff isn't in there a little bit more. Is it flat? Like if you think exploitatively, but I don't know how much EV is it. Are we getting torched from the EV perspective? So this prints a little bit, but that's only as a raise. These only as raises, and that doesn't even want you to do it. And when the ace five is printing more EV than the ace jack, that's funny. Funny. All right, let's stay on course. DMC, how you doing, champ? He's on the mutes. What size BP would you raise here? You could type it in chat if you're here. 12 for Matt.
14,
14.
14, 15. We're deep.
We're deep. Exactly. 15. 12 is too small. I hate to burst the 4x bubble when there's a 3x out there. I really feel like 4x is too small. 4x would be the size you would use to 1. Right?
People size down when they have aces because they're afraid that they're going to chase everyone out of the pot.
Not in an Iggy tournament where motherfuckers are hundreds of big blinds deep. I'll tell you that right now.
No.
12 is just too small because your 3-bet size at these stack depths would just be 4x versus just a single. Now when somebody else is in there, yeah, you have to get it up there. I'm near 5x.
I wouldn't go more than 15. That's 10% of your stack.
Yeah, 15's enough. Can't be doing that fishy little 10 big blind or 11 big blind raise though. Like that's just, it's so clear what the hand strength is.
It's too small, but no, that's just right. Like, yeah, I would always be like 15. I'll be like 5x. Sometimes if you go 16, I think that's fine. I think this is in that ballpark of just reasonable, right? It's over to 4x. It's good. Whoa!
There you go.
Awesome.
What do you think he has? $5
knows?
to the person who guesses his hand exactly.
Ace, king, or jacks?
Queen of diamonds, queen of clubs.
Dead.
Oof.
Nobody got it right.
Just a cooler.
Just a cooler. He just ripped over the top. Didn't get fancy with it or anything. Just
I would
cocked
have
it.
I would have guessed a range of hands, so I'm never gonna just guess one hand.
Yeah, that's the fun of it. Just sweating one. Look who's back down to earth with a standard raising size. Look at you, B Money. 2.5. Never ever folding.
Yeah, this is a lot. We've seen this fold with suited aces a couple times now. So
We are 300 bigs. He has the widest 3-bet range on the button.
We're just always going 3-bets with suited
I'm
aces.
never 4-bet. I mean, not 4-bet. I'm never folding. I might even 4-bet. I'm like 4-bet.
If you watch his 12 VP, the guys that 3-bet.
And his sizing isn't even.
Yeah, but it's only like
4x.
17 hands.
Yeah, you have to call, but you still can 3-bet 4-bet that guy because you know that his range is gonna be strong even on the bottom.
B Money, I'm folding with you.
Bullshit, guys.
No.
Net Army.
Terrible.
No. You can never fold, guys. Please.
Never folding.
Let's help ourselves here, man.
Let's look at the
So a
button with
little,
3-bet
sorry, a
range and
little
see how
birdie
it
told
goes.
me that 3-bets from the button at low stakes are incredibly underbluffed. So I tend to knit it up for 3-bet bets versus the button.
Okay, fold at the bottom of your range then. This is too good. Suited aces like this, bro, or just
This
fold
is
ace
mixing
jack.
4-bet.
I'd rather just see you fold ace jack, this ace 10 shit. I'm hard pressed to say you to fold the suited connectors because they stack people. Fold the
I'm
king
always
6,
calling.
fold the king 8.
See, I'd rather call the jack 10 suited, the 10-9 suited, because that
Well, no
Me
shit,
too.
those are easy. We're never. I mean,
9-8
I've never.
suited, 8-7 suited.
But the thing is, guys, this is you can make the nuts, and this is really good, man. This is a very good hand. I like. I mean, I get the a6 hate. Like, I'd never know what to do with a6 because I think it plays so fucking shitty. Even 300, it's not even going to affect your utility. What are you actually scared of? You're going to flop a flush draw, and you know how to play that. You flop an ace, you're never going to give the stack away. You're never going to give the stack away with just top pair. I don't know. I think these kind of suited aces are very good in these kind of
Yep.
spots. And people say they're under bluffs. People have their opinions of the game, but don't get too caught up on people's opinions or what they think population do, right? Like,
That's somebody who was running 1,000,000+ hands at Hampton Oaks. So that wasn't a random opinion. There's some data. There was some bad data to back that up.
so does that person suggest we even fold this? And then was that even to all sizes?
This is probably a little nitty. It's just, you can, because when you look at the range, this is kind of middle of range. I can get behind calling this.
If we look at the buttons, 3-bet range, is he supposed to be 3-betting worse aces? Cause I contend that most people aren't, and that's what makes this worse.
Guys, I just think like at this, okay, one thing, I think when you guys get deep, you make a very good point. I'm kind of tight as fuck in the mid stages deep. 40, when we're shallower, I just don't think people 3-bet enough. But there's something to be said about us being 300 fucking bigs deep versus these guys with the suited ace. And him not even going to full big size. And it doesn't affect our utility. It plays well enough. But let's see his range. Yeah, I think that's a great question. Here's where's their range?
This is why ace 8 is profitable, because it's ahead of a ton of bluffs. But if they don't have those bluffs, it's not very good.
Well,
I can get behind making like ace 8 the bottom here and folding the worst ace X suited. Maybe ace 4 is. I'm more likely
Our
to put
opening
ace 4 spot
range.
because of the wheel.
Okay. Let me ask you
Sorry.
a question. Did you feel you had a post flop advantage against this player?
He doesn't know. He just thinks their range is too tight 3-betting. So he doesn't want to torch it.
Plus, we're out of position post flop, Joe. It's a little harder to have an advantage out of position.
Yeah. Well, 300 big blinds, you do still have an advantage against weak players. You know you're not going to go broke unless you get flush.
They're gonna sometimes too frequently see bet one street and then give up. They're gonna barrel when we have two. It's just I envision things a little bit more optimistically. All right. What about this? Too small in my opinion at this stack depth. I'd be 4x, but queens I would pure 3-bet. Uh-oh. Cheat to win. You're back, and it's been 20 minutes.
Oh,
I'm not letting your ass off the hook. What are you doing here?
All right, we are, where's the button here? I can't see the button.
He's on
He
the
is
button.
the button. He is the button.
Yep.
So we 3-bet. I'm just gonna flat this.
Huge raise.
Before
Can
actually.
you, can you
3-bet
just
for-
click on the stat one to see how much it enter in the
I'm
range?
just,
Oh yeah,
I
on
flat
the
too
turn.
much. I'm flatting it, sorry.
Oh, no, that's cool, bud. You're flat. He's flatting. Flatting too much. Set habs. What size? You clicking it all in, or what are you doing? 130.
Oh, it's all in. It's all in. I just see the stack.
Yeah, it's all in for the set habs toe. He gone. Danny. All in or
I'm-
call?
I'm gonna mostly flat. I might talk myself into jamming or something sometimes.
Ooh, I would be raising a lot. Putz is flatting as well. Holy shit. We can't see 200 big iterations, so it's not going to be really relevant at 100 because the SPR is going to be different. His size is big. I don't think you can make a
GTO
mistake here. I would raise.
GTO Wiz has a 200 you can look up.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm raising.
Scar's gonna be 4.
Go,
So.
go in ICM.
Like, obviously, if we're at 100 BBs, I'm jamming, but I don't know how to play
100% left.
this deep.
Thank you, Joey. You're a genius and a scholar. +1 and then it's a button. I am Gigi, but I wonder if the solver versus the balance range doesn't. Now that I'm seeing this, let's see. So under the gun, take action. This happens. The size is wackadoo, much bigger.
Ridiculous.
Well, it's a 4-bet, isn't it? Oh,
Yeah, we 3-bet and we're 4-bet.
are we gonna
it's
be
a
able to
4-bet.
see the ranges?
Yeah.
Oh,
This is
under the
not-
gun, we got 3-bet. No, under the gun open, we 3-bet here. The button, the size isn't that fucking crazy. It gets back.
I'm just gonna rip it versus a 4-bet.
Is this us?
I was
You're
right.
in a
the
low
first-
jack? Is that right? Cut off, hijack, low jack. I fucked up the positions, but it's I mean, this is gonna be pretty consistent. Look at you geniuses calling. I would be GG. Ace king off plus. What's the EV of jamming? Yeah, you're dead. You're actually losing money by jamming queens here. All right, will be money, figure it out. Ooh. Check, check.
Bet.
What size cap?
Uh,
Nice call, by the way. All you guys did were just calling there. Very well done.
25, 50. I mean,
30, half pot.
he's never like in my mind, he's never checking anything better. So I'm just gonna go like 35.
I'm doing math. Auto in game. I'll pull out the calculator and see what it takes to get the fucking money in by the river. To bet turn and jam the
We gotta
river.
overbet.
Yeah, this is probably.
Yeah,
good
so it's
at
200
spot,
bigs
too.
when there's 60 out there. It's a 3 SPR. I can only go one. I would have to go 150, wouldn't I? And you can't do that from out of position. We can't get it all.
Yes, we can.
Yeah, we have to. We
can
don't
go
have to
60.
overbet. We
We
go
can
60,
go 60 here and
180.
pocket it in.
Oh, yeah. 60, 180, and then he has that. Yeah, 45 feels the best, though. That'll set up a 1, right? 90 plus 60, 140, and he has that behind. Yeah. So 45 to pot.
Yeah, but with this flop, his play if he has a over pair is gonna be check the board because he
It'll be
knows
really good.
you're not gonna have hit this board, so he's gonna wait for you to have hit this board to get value from you. So that's for sure that if you bet 45 or more, you're just
condensing
gonna
his
play in,
range.
you're just gonna play in his play. So I think half pot is just getting him some maybe to a way to make move and gives you some information.
Well, I just think the range that goes from 30 to 45 is inelastic and doesn't really change much between the two bet sizes and between those two. Like, I don't think it gives him more flexibility or room or is going to change his range that much.
At this point, I'm going broke if he has it.
Oh,
Oh,
that's too small.
I think it's good.
Yeah, I would go bigger as well, but
And now with this call, and with the
Do you just
seven,
target the under pair and go smallish? He ain't got no sevens in his 3-bet range. And if he does, God bless him, he can have my stack.
I don't think
Like,
he checks
honestly, if it
under
has a
pairs.
7, he can have my stack.
I'm gonna try to get hero called by ace king and just go like 30.
Ace king. Under pair to that? I think you got called by ace high. B money. Probably don't make it all from because I think your target range like that when he just checks. Most people aren't balanced unless they're a good ass player to check over pair. Aces need no protection on his board. But the person with aces is thinking I need to set up an SPR to get all the money in rather than just pot the turn, overbet turn, jam river. So that's pretty cool. Well played, B money. Well done, man. Oh shit, it's 145. Let me grab a snack, check on my dogs. We've been going for like an hour and a half. We're gonna come back and keep this going, man. We have plenty of time left. So get up, stretch out those legs, and then we'll come back and finish strong here.
So this sim's still running with the 1750 big blinds. And it's roughly the same range, honestly, from under the gun. Six-handed though. If this was 9, it's gonna definitely have to be a lot tighter. Just don't know if I can run it at 9. I don't know if I have enough RAM. Such a big fucking tree.
You have a Pio Silver?
No, I'm running it on HRC. HRC is really good for build. HRC is absolutely a fine tool to build ranges with. It just takes a long time when you're deep because the tree's so big. But GTO Wizard, from what I was told, used HRC to build their ranges. Now that's going to change with the AI, but
I know they used it to build the ranges for the ICM. I don't know if they used HRC for the Chippy V ranges.
so the bottom line is they all use the same algorithm, which is CFR. And that stands for I'll tell you exactly what it stands for in a second. It's kind of interesting. I sent it to a math friend of mine that was supposed to give me the Cliff Notes, which I haven't gotten yet. But it's called where the fuck is his? He should be near the top. Yeah, here he is. So give me a second.
Counterfactual regret minimization.
Yes, counterfactual regret. And Pio, that's what Pio uses. That's what HRC uses. That's what Munker Solver uses. I verified that with Munker Guy.
Okay.
And that's the algorithm they all use. So if they're all using the same algorithm, counterfactual regret minimization. Yeah. So if they're all using the same algorithm, the only way the output will change is when you change the inputs. Now, GTO Wizard merged with what's it called? Ruse, the AI company. So now their shit's going to be probably sooner or later going to be much different. Like you're going to be able to node lock on the fly. It's going to be sick. Like we got to node lock shit and run all these things, but once that AI is introduced, it's all going to be there for us. Like we're just going to be able to ask it to do something, and we're going to get the answer like this. It's going to be wild.
All right, boys, let's do it. Before we get started, anybody have any live poker trips, live tournaments, anything like that? Kind of looking myself.
I'm playing it every month.
I do.
I could.
I call. Yeah, a couple of you guys got play. I know setups. You got playground. You guys mix in a lot of lives yourselves. I don't have anything planned, but some people were saying Cherokee's reasonable, Florida coming up, stuff like that. So I'm kind of like looking around for some different options.
I'm not bankrolled to travel for
But
poker,
right
Hell
now,
no.
right now the playground, the bad beat jackpot is 2,300,000. So there's a lot of fucking fish on the table. So that's the thing.
Did you
to
say
pay cash.
$2.3 million for a bad
Yes,
beat jackpot?
exactly.
Oh, so the room is just running 24/7 like crazy now.
Yeah. And
So with that
it's
bad
full.
beat jackpot, what do you have to have? Quads against quads?
Yeah, where's
It's a quad
qualifier?
9 plus.
Quad nines? Okay.
Man, get your ass out of here after the study session. Go play. Go hit that. That'd be sweet. All right.
Yeah, and that'd be my
Ah.
staker.
I have a buddy who's hit 2 bad beat jackpots. And here in Cleveland, it's disgusting. It's a piece of 2 of them. Yeah, for like fucking 50K. And it's like, wait, that's a nice life you got. This is fine, whatever. I would just straight be giving up any chance to just make it 4 here or something like that to just make him overfold something. It's not worth it. Uh-oh. Is he gonna do it again? Call it this time. Call with the worst
position, late
hand.
position. It's a little different.
Yeah.
You must realize he was playing against you.
Yeah, this time it's me. He came to the stream and seen it's me. Just calling, no need to check raise the uncapped range. We get to realize we're gonna be able to call a lot and realize all the equity. Not folding.
Not getting any better aces to fold on that flop either, I don't think so.
Anybody folding this?
Yeah.
Are you supposed to fold?
It's a
The
huge
implied
bet.
odds here are ridiculous.
You're not guaranteed. I mean, it's going to be hard out of position to get value on the river. You're going to donk when you hit it large. And
That's
a little debate.
That's the moment to put 120 right there.
Jesus setups. You're gonna check raise the big double barrel in a 3-bet pot when he's like he just has kings here when you do that. You just run into king.
The 3 has to be
To have trips.
How does the 3 change the equity? And you're like so much all of a sudden you didn't check raise turn, but now you're just going to go nuts on a 3 of
it has
clubs.
to be either a 6 or a 5, I think.
Yeah. So Toe, are you ever folding here?
Fuck man, I don't want to. I want to, but I don't. But I want to, but I don't.
You can fold. Just call if you don't want to be too bet.
I think we can fold weaker flushes, right? But this is the nut flush.
I don't know.
Ace might be good. Ace might still be good.
I didn't run this spot, but I've run spots previously where I was overfolding these draws because there actually are like check calls here and then random donk leads on certain rivers. I don't know if that's true in this spot, but I know I wouldn't. I'm finding more calls here on the turn now because I do know there's spots you can donk lead the river in 3-bet bots.
If I do this, I don't get to see post flop, right?
Right.
Right. Yeah.
Because in ICM mode, I don't get to see the post flop iterate spot, right?
We for sure have donk leads. It's just a matter of like they're going to call
We're not,
face up.
dude. I don't think so. We're about to. Somebody is about to find out they've been blundering a fucking bunch. Okay, somebody's about to learn they're blundering their asses off, or they've been correct the whole time. Let's find out. Even at 100, we'll be able to get close to see. So the hijack is going to. We're in the hijack and the cutoff 3 bets.
White check
I'm
raise
just
flop,
guessing.
but he bet kind of big.
Oh, I tried to get it right. 10-4, whatever. This is
If there's a check raise, it'll be on the flop, but I think it's a low frequency.
Nah. Nope. I don't think so. But
Only
let's see. I think you want more equity, but let's see. We check like full
Yeah,
frequency.
we're not gonna be able to get better aces to fold. That's the problem.
The good news is this guy bombed it. Like there's no small sizes here. I think too many people 3-bet, C-bet, small. We're deep, and in this spot we're even deeper. So I would
This board's wet.
half pot. Yeah, and it's kind of wet. He goes 75. So let's go here. GG. That's
great.
right. GG. Everybody who said check rate. Said abs, you win.
Yeah, I
GG.
thought it
wanted
might
to
be a
raise the
combo draw.
turn.
But look at this though. Like if you do decide to call the I mean, you're not like it's not like a blunder. Okay, guys, you're not blundering by calling. It actually is the highest EV play to call. It just wants to use this as a raise a lot. But let's see what happens. We call. The turn is a brick, right? It was a 3 of what?
Clubs.
Clubs.
Half brick.
Half brick. Oh no! Is it with Oh
Leads.
my god! We got to play more 3-bet spots.
You don't have to worry about checking river if you lead.
Nope.
15 fucking percent.
On the
Yeah.
flip, we should have 3-betted.
Is this another spot where the EV is higher for checking? No, the EV is higher for leading peanut breath.
What do you mean?
Yikes.
Peanut bread?
Leads
I'm calling
15%
myself
pot.
peanut breath. I'm talking to myself.
It's
Because
trying
I
to
just
buy.
ate peanut
It's
butter.
trying to buy the showdown. 15%.
Yeah, yeah.
I see that, and it looks exactly like what it is when people do that to me. I'm like, you got a draw. You're trying to get to a cheap showdown with. I'm like, and I raise.
And then okay, so he's supposed what did he do? He went bombed it. Here's the spot where either some
Moment of
people are
truth.
fucking the moment of truth.
No folds. No folds.
I
Jamming.
mean, never jamming. But this is
Yeah, I
because the
thought it had
SPR
to be a
shallower
straight
though.
card. Yeah. I
Well,
thought it had to be a straight-
the
oh, that's true. You're
yeah, the
committed.
SPR is we're only at 100 big blinds. We're 3x's deep here, so it's probably a pure call. I'm never folding this. I was nervous. I was like, oh my god, all these guys folding. Maybe I'm blundering. I thought I'd been making mistakes my whole life here in this spot because I never fold this.
At least we're blundering together. Usually I blunder and you're right.
I mean, I'm just calling.
Tag team last 5 years in a row.
Oh my god, dude. This is a tough spot. So guys, you can't fold. But all the leading and stuff like that, that might make me
Do you fold any of your flushes? Do you fold some of the weaker ones? What do you do with like, I don't know. God, they all have fucking
straight draws.
Let's see.
Yeah,
Okay, let's
that's
go
what I was
through
thinking.
the
That's
flushes.
why I stopped
Yeah,
myself.
The weaker ones
Never
have quarter
folding.
interaction.
That's a gut.
Yeah, they all
not
have
folding.
straight draws.
Not folding. Don't have it. Not folding. Let's see if anything
we're
that
just-
he is folding.
Oh, you can just click double heart.
Just a double barrel.
The king jack of hearts is folding.
Click a double heart filter. Oh, there you go. There's one. That's not one I would have picked, but there's one.
Yep. King jack.
Literally
king,
the only one.
King jack is the only one that's folding.
All right, cool.
Yep. Yeah, king jack. Literally. Okay. Right. Cool. So can't fold. Too strong, too good, too big. Nope, never folding. Suited eights from here for sure. In these kind of games that are this week, I'm opening my suited eights this deep, unless I'm getting shit on and running bad or I'm not focused. But I would open there if I'm playing well.
Is big money? I miss it. Did big money call raise?
He called the 3-bet,
He called the 3-bet.
but the ace. Oh, no, he folded. No, I'm sorry, I went fast. He folded with the ace-7, so we didn't get to see anything.
Fold it on the turn.
Just calling. No, I mean, we're not going to try to get in 125 versus this. GG. Isn't this the one that just check raise? If they got it, they got it. If they don't, they don't. Or who's calling? Especially with the jack of diamonds.
Oof. With the jacks, I will have 3-bet pre-flop.
Well,
got-
you got 3-bet, so
you
you're
got
gonna
3-bet.
you can't 4-bet. You're
Oh.
4-betting this pre-sub?
Oh, yes, I can.
Oh, yes, I can. And then calling a jam.
Oh, maybe not, but you
Oh, you
have
can't
to
fold.
4-bet in.
You-
Can,
I mean, can you
4-bet
not
in
fold?
for-
Against
like,
a
no,
5-bet
also-
jam, you're only beating ace king, right?
Yep, and then that's it. I mean, it's some tens. These guys are spazzing enough to have worse. I would talk myself into ace queen, tens, ace king.
But this guy,
and at best flipping.
right now, he can have a queen, ace. he will have shove on you if you three bet if you
I think
four
this
bet
does
him.
make. I think this does make check raise. It's almost as like as good as. But we'll see.
so,
I
too.
think this is just GG. The solver decides it's just GG at some frequency.
Yeah.
But we'll run this.
We've got a good card.
And he does this shit. I guess. I mean, it's easy to just call. Is there any purpose in check raising? Does he get to realize too much equity himself by that?
Oof.
Nope.
Yeah, lucky. Yeah, not a thing.
Did we lead?
Nope. Maybe he does turn ace
Oh.
king. I mean, some ace queen into a bluff here.
I would be less concerned about. I'm worried about you having an 8 because there's so little 8 in your range in a 3-bet pot that then calls 2
I
streets.
think we
might
have
be
a
a
check
thing.
there on the river.
This is gonna be a sweet one to run at 100. We can only run it at. I mean, we're about 100 because he's about 100 effective.
Yeah,
to
100
start the
effective.
hand. So this is gonna be a really good hand to look. My take is we never 4-bet, just always calling the jacks and have some check raising on the flop. The turn is pretty standard, and I don't know about the river lead. Maybe it is a small.
It might be a thing. It might be a thing.
Yeah, because equity shift, but I think when they can have king queen suited and stuff like that. Why did I do that? Let's make this bigger so everyone can see it. And we just hit the reset button. We were under the gun, and we got 3-bet by the cutoff.
You could, yeah, there you go.
And then we called. There's jacks of 0. It actually can.
Yeah, you can.
Oh no. Here we go. I'm sorry. So jacks, damn near a pure call pre. Queens even. Obviously, this is the range up here. Your ace king can do whatever the hell it wants. Ace queen, even mixing a little fold. Ain't nobody in this chat folded ace queen. Maybe cap. And then
Me, I would some.
maybe the capster.
Toe too sometimes.
Yeah. I don't want I can't let that be known. Toe, you don't fold that.
It's about the raise of being a raise versus an early position open. That's
No,
the
there's
problem.
some tournaments where it's just like your dad, right? All right. 9, 4, 7. No leads. They go small, correct? Look at this. So I think this
Too
is
wet.
a very common. I think this is a common mistake. People just he potted. No, he went half pot, so it's good. Okay.
Too wet, too deep.
Yeah, he went half. Good. Oh no, not as much as I thought. Damn near a pure call. Even with jack of spades, jack of diamonds. Yeah, check raising is fucking well, it's small as about the same EV. Just check raising.
That's one of those spots where I always think about raising and then end up calling.
Same. You're like, oh, I just get him to put in the money with the best and top.
It's like I
portion of his range and
know this
folds
is on the
worst.
chart somewhere, and turns out it's not. And then I'm like, I don't know.
Queens.
And then I just call in market.
Kings. Your check raise, ace 10 of diamonds, ace 8 of diamonds, ace 5 of diamonds is a nasty ass one. It's an ace 5 of diamonds is pure. What about your sets? Any slow play? No. Mixing, pure.
Makes sense.
8, 9 of diamonds. Yeah, you can just decide to go broke with that. It makes sense. All right, then on the turn, he goes a third. Is it still just saying, yep, we're gonna pot control here? So under the gun call, the turn was a what again?
And
10 of hearts.
10 of hearts, 10 of hearts, right? Was it 10 of hearts?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Jacks, we got some leads here.
It is one of those weird cards in 3-bet pots that gives us leads sometimes.
Yeah,
Because we have more.
we're
taps.
leading. What is that? 30% of the time.
Yeah, 10's always one of those
Fucking
cards.
nasty, dude. Ace 8's a pure lead. King Jack, pure lead. Those are nasty ones where you don't want to check call. They have too much equity, but you don't want to check call.
Yeah, but it's open straight for the two that though goes big.
The ace queen's in here. Call it the C-bet with the ace queen with the diamond. A lot of you guys just check fold that shit for 50%. It's gone on this board. So we check like it's okay. And then he's never really supposed to do what he did. Ever with any portion of his range.
Yeah, that makes no sense.
Makes no fucking sense. So he goes a quarter. Are we supposed to shit on a quarter?
Yep. Depends.
Not with ours. Not if you unblock diamonds, you can just if you have a diamond in your hand or a spade, the diamond's good. Spade diamond's good.
One's okay though.
Heart club. Heart club is gonna jam a lot.
I think also as an exploit, people like 3-bet double barrel less as a bluff, right? Does ace king really do this? Ace queen really do this?
He just did.
Do you have
I
ace queen?
mean, well, we don't know. I mean, he had
Yeah,
something.
so what I'm
in
saying
that
is like it's
category,
mostly strength, right?
right?
It's
So we
usually gonna be
call
strength.
like we're supposed to, and then it was the jack. It wasn't. Let's just say the jack of spades. I can't remember. We had the jack of spades, so it was the jack of hearts.
No lead. No lead with this hand.
No lead.
Only straights.
Oh, it's a jack of clubs. Sorry. Yep, only the butters, only the straights, and then 6, 7, rip it, and then the leads are rips unless you have king jack, which went to the block and some.
But even
Then
there,
eight's a straight. Some of the eights
the
block.
queens, no raise with the queen.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, there's no more to see with that one. Oops, that's my shit. It's all good, B money. I like trying to be a little bit like trying some new stuff. It's fine. I like this fold a lot. Yeah, I like the fold.
Just real quick about that last hand, obviously that wasn't that wasn't the right spot for it, but I noticed we do have those leads when backdoor stuff comes in or where he's just gonna check back a lot. Obviously I picked the wrong hand to do it with, but that's where I got that lead from.
Yeah, some of the bluffs are pretty cool too. The 6-7, the 5-6 really catches my eye, and then just jamming with some of our 8x, pocket 6s, 5s. Like a lot of these little things are pretty cool. I like this. I like this. Being able to just man up and just jam it in his face, and there's nothing he can do.
Got no eights.
No, yeah, we just have way more 8s in our range. It's just calling a 3-bet than he actually 3-bets. Let's see. I'm gonna find a hand to call on somebody's ass with. Pretty standard. Nope. How many bigs do we have effectively? Is this getting anywhere 100? Oh, we got time. Now we're in a comfort zone of shit we see every day. Kind of like we're not at the crazy deep stacks. Did you call a race here? Calls with the Montana banana. It's fine. Yeah, it's fine.
Do we start to fold those when we're this deep?
Let's see. Do we ever fold any suited hands to a cutoff open for this? Who said no?
No, but I do.
But you do. Of course you do. Keps this folding. What are you folding then? So you folding 7 deuce, 6 deuce,
Yeah,
9 deuce, 8 deuce, and then maybe 7 3, 8 3 suited and stuff like that. Right?
That little mini pyramid.
Yeah, that little this shit, like right here. 6,
Yeah.
7 deuce, and then this.
Yeah.
This, that. All right, let's see if that is folded, man. You guys, so make sure we're not torching it. Cutoff open at 100. BB defend, are they good?
Good roll. Dead.
Dead. Torching it. 2/10 of a big blind down the fucking drain. Nope, can't fold.
Oh, piss.
Oh, piss. Look
I
at
hate
this.
that.
This is a lie. You can't be folding this repeatedly. It's suited.
Yeah.
Well done.
I was wrong.
And it's not even like a tiny number. It's like it's not. Yeah, we got to get in there. All right. See, this is why we spot check and work on the fundamentals. Now they can't fold, and if they do fold, they know they're playing bad poker. We got in their heads.
Deeper, we would fold more, but no, I'm wrong. Just
Yep.
call it all. Always.
Yep. Always be sticky. I see you, B money. I like it, and you're that. I'm not even stabbing in the back seat here. It's too easy for them to meet MDF with a plethora of different hands. You're
It's
done.
too big of a word for me to argue.
Look at this. People limping and shit. This tournament's at the GOAT. Okay.
Oh,
I like
yes.
this a lot. The sizing's good. Well done. I should have just held up. Do this because the big blind's small, and look at this guy. I would open almost any two. I'd open 60% of my range or something versus if I saw this. All right, let's see who is here. Larry, what size are you c-betting or are you checking this board? What are your thoughts versus this?
It's nice having the back door. I think we get to bet a little bit more at the back door.
Uh-huh.
This might be a polarizing. I don't mind a check here, actually.
What are the how often are you checking this board as a percentage? Like, are you checking it 40%, 50%? What are your thoughts?
With this hand or with my range?
Range.
I think this is a high check board. I think I'll probably check this like 40%.
Checking it 40%. Okay. Joey, what are your thoughts?
I think we're checking this more than 40%. I think maybe between 50 and 60.
I'm scared. Set Habs, what are your thoughts? Molten, what are your thoughts?
So the 70 check and 30 for a raise.
Wow. I would fucking c-bet this like 80% of the time.
If I had
Would you
an
do it without a
overpair.
club?
I would c-bet this like this board versus this opponent, maybe 100. I might c-bet my entire range on a board like this versus this guy when it's weak, when I just know for fucking sure I'm going to be able to just double more than half the deck, pick up equity. I'm barreling like any overcard to this. Dude,
So
I can't believe people are only betting this like 30% of the time. I
I'm
know
not
the
in theory
concept
up
of
as a
3
check,
low
but I could
cards.
definitely see the exploit to betting against this guy. So
No, I think exploit against population people
but I think in
don't
theory
in the
this is
MDF.
probably a lot of check. We have none of this in our range.
Yeah,
I'm
we don't
not
have
sure
the
with the
top pairs
king
here.
of clubs though. The king of clubs is kind of appealing to bet.
So what do you guys do as
Yeah.
an exploit? So when you're in game here, okay, let me see. Kep.
yeah, that's what I was just itching to say. So like this is
Yeah.
kind of like something I mentioned last week too. If they do not check range anywhere near the proper frequency, we can pretty much range bet.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
I mean, I would bet my entire range here. I mean, in a sense, like, I mean, it's a problem, but I think it's one that which at these stakes, people aren't sitting back using 3 to a straight, through to a flush. No, you're not going to be getting check raised by king of clubs, 5 of hearts, like you should be, and stuff like that, right? It's just not going to happen for more inexperienced players. They're going to be overfolding at a pretty high clip. And if they do call with a 3 deuce or ace high, they're not going to beat MDF on the turn when I barrel a ton of the deck. So there's so many failure points for somebody who doesn't study the game from out of position in these lower stakes that you guys can be attacking rather than just thinking in theory how you play and what the strategy is. Because let me tell you something, that strategy is only like this because your opponent should be check raising you to high hell or just never folding to c-bets. But that's not going to be the case. It's just not. People aren't going to play that well versus
I wonder if
bet.
we see bet more with the king of clubs or see bet less with the king of clubs.
I think more.
I think with this board, what's happening is that if I hit a set, if I have an overpair, I'm gonna check a lot of these cards, except maybe pocket ace, pocket 10, pocket jack. I'm gonna raise because you want him to hit something to get some value, because if you bet right there, you just make him fold most of the time.
Which one thing you notice about when you see this?
The large
You mix
bets.
up.
Over
It's a
bets.
polarizing board.
It's a polarizing board. When you're against certain type of, like, you can have very interesting discussions about this kind of spot from
Like-
all kind of different opponent types. This guy,
Tornado.
I see sure it's checking 41%, but it's also mixing a bet with every single hand. Right?
Hmm.
I mean, every hand's betting. Even if it's a little bit, every hand's betting.
Can
At
you
some frequency.
can you go over the king jack O and see
Oh shit, I hate how it does that when I do that. Yep. Ah, there we go. So which one did we have? We had Diamond Club, one of these two, right?
Yeah,
Or
we
we
had,
had both suits.
yeah, we had club, king of clubs. So king of clubs, it's
Against a
not
good
really
opponent.
significantly betting more, a little bit more with the king of clubs.
Look at this shit. They should almost never be really folding. You should be getting check raised a shitload.
That's why we're checking.
This is why I brought this hand up. King of clubs 5. Pure. Like I'm purely check raising somebody if I have this. Any of this.
Yeah, same thing with king 4.
Yeah, like if I have king 4 here, you think your opponent's gonna be check raising king 4, king 5 pure? Nope. Think they're gonna find all this with the spades and all this backdoor check raises as
Queen
well?
jack off, queen 10 off, jack 10 off, queen 9 off, jack 9
Nope,
off.
nope,
Like they're not
nope,
jack 8 off.
nope.
Man, it ain't happening.
No, it ain't happening. Jack 9-0, these mixed frequency snap folded.
Ace
Or they
two,
just call
two.
because they have a club.
And then
That's
you
what
get
these
they get double to high hell.
passive players do.
Yeah. So I mean, I do think it's an exploit. If you have a HUD and you could see, especially something like this, I wouldn't even be thinking about theory if I seen his numbers. I would be
I actually have the check raise stat in the HUD for players because I want to know when they check raise, like if they're capable of having bluffs or not. And most people just don't. I mean, most people their check raise is like 5 to 7% when it should be 15 or 20.
Yep. I mean, this is fine too. You played it theoretically sound. This is very sound. But I mean, the discussion today is like, how do we deviate and become some of the best players, right? Yo ass ain't gonna be able to really evolve to one of the best by just following all the rules in this. Everybody has GTO wizard and access to this now. Some people are actually playing with it open. They're not the best players in the world. So you're gonna have to learn how to deviate, look at these numbers, look at your opponents, think about how they're playing, and like what's best EV in that spot, right? Nah. Maybe. Like looking at this lineup, 150. I look at the button and the big blind here. I'd shrug them in. If I'm playing astute, looking at this guy on the button and then this stack, meh. I'd probably open ace 4 plus. If I'm playing really well, any offsuit ace, just to be aggro, to try to run shit over and be a better player.
Are we in
And get
ICM
jammed on.
at all yet?
Hell no, not in this. 1500 BB. You don't cash in these type of tournaments till 20k BB, 25k BB in the crazy eights and stuff.
Oh,
But I
Jesus
could be
fuck.
wrong. It's 7-minute blinds or 8-minute blinds. Double. Cat. Turn a gut shot, have that, still represent all the overpair. Fuck up an 8x.
You're just about to lead on the flop.
Hmm?
It's the thing. You see about the flop.
I need to check this for my own sanity. I apologize.
Because again, we have none of this in our range. So like this is the boards I tend to check.
Nah, I'm never checking.
Especially big blind, just 'cause it's a float you like.
Am I insane for wanting to double barrel this? Setups, you double barrel, and I asked you when I want confirmation for my aggressive plays.
I kind of like double barreling when you bet, if that makes you feel better.
All right. It was 2-8-2.
Mhm.
4
2-8-2 rainbow.
spades. 4 spades.
Wait, any check here? No, just
I mean, I was about to say, praise God, I'm never checking.
okay.
Because we just have too many overpairs and crush them. They just call, and then it's like a 4. Am I spazzy for doubling?
I think it feels like a good double.
Yep. Oh no. What do we have? Oh, we had the gut shot. Yeah, just that. Yep. Double. Doesn't
Check
go
the
big
flush
though.
draw.
Oh no, that's them. I'm sorry, I messed up. They're supposed to have some leads. Huh. Bang bang. 125. Holy fuck. Is this only with the backdoor flush draw though? We didn't turn the backdoor flush draw, did we? Nopers. If you don't, you can just mix or check.
Here's my problem with the double on the spot is that, again, this is making a big, vast sweeping statement. I think one of the issues with Solver is Solver assumes, I think population vastly, especially on Iggy in this tournament, vastly under check raises value hands that they should have here. So I think they get to the turn with a lot more hands that they're not going to fold. So that's why I would choose not to double barrel here. Like he's probably supposed to check raise 100% of his 2x here. And I don't think population does that. So I still think it's when Solver gives you the solutions, it's discounting a lot of the, like I said, it discounts a lot of his value hands because they think he's going to check raise it on the flop when in truth he doesn't. So he still has
I like that. I really like your assessment and the way you thought that through. And I think you make a very good point there. Because if population is under check raising, they're just going to have way too many deuce X, 8X that they should have mixed check raise with. Maybe even still flat at nines and didn't 3-bet, stuff like that. And we're just not going to get it to fold, right? Even if we're representing a very strong range. So we probably want to just take higher equity bluffs, like literally just with the spades as a bluff, and then bet our overpair as well, and then check a lot versus ranges that don't check raise enough. So I kind of like that, man. And I feel like that. I feel the same way sometimes.
Yeah, I honestly think the people that check raise at such low frequencies have a low frequency because they only check raise when they have the nuts. So I'm not really that scared when there's like the board's paired and they don't check raise me. I feel pretty safe most of the time. Unless the person's got a 0 check raise, then okay. Then they just never ever check raise anything, and they could be trappy. But most people have that low percentage, and it's just always like a top strong pair, or they
It's a good
flop.
Something they're ready to go. It's usually something they're willing to go broke with.
Yeah.
So we're at a pretty reasonable stage now. 5 KBB. Nothing to see, trying to speed through, get to some ICM stuff. Easy to defend. 3 to a straight, 3 to a flush versus a small size check raise. Mandatory check raise if we're going to play these type of hands.
Over
feels
the
bad.
nines, the good stuff.
Over to the 9, 2, 3, 4 in a backdoor flush draw. I know it doesn't feel good or comfortable, but it's a check raise every time if you're going to play this kind of hand.
It makes you feel any better. I think it feels pretty good.
Me too. I do it if
yeah.
have to check raises when you play these. That's the value in playing some of these suited low gap. And while we're playing this kind of stuff, this is the board he misses so fucking often. He's going to overfold his king highs, maybe even occasional ace 10 might overfold, ace jack might overfold. We get barrel turns like this is all day.
5, 10, spade, all equity hands.
I don't think that one's a slam dunk. He has all suit nines. We don't have really 2 pair combos on that flop. We probably don't have sets of nines.
So do you think population over C bets a board like this? Yes or no?
I mean, I think it's okay, but I don't think the solver's going to do it. I don't know if it's a slam dunk on that texture.
What do you think? Anybody else? Am I out of line? Am I out of line from wanting to check raise that?
I'm on Team Spaz.
Me too. I mean, obviously, I created Team Spaz. Oh, I gotta do this. I hate how it does
true.
that.
What was he? Is he hijacking that
You're not
hand?
only a member, you're the president.
I'm the president of Team Spaz. We got Seb had us as a board member
Cut
as
off.
well. Cut off hijack.
CEO.
I don't hate it.
I'm always doing it. That's if I'm zoned out and playing well, I just identify 3 to a straight, 3 to a flush, and then over and do it every time. And people are just fucking over C betting anymore. People aren't like gonna be balanced, and this board it looks dry as fuck.
I think it's important to identify value first, and then how much value do we have there? So then how many bluffs are we going to run off for value, right? Like, I just think you can be over bluffing sometimes on certain flops.
I know, but that's why I'm using this combo. I think when people are C betting range, they don't really think about getting check raised, and then just think the check raises are too strong from population and
Or you
overfold to
click.
them.
Look at all the 150-cent pot C-bet.
It's nastiness. 9-4 deuce, 9-5 deuce toe. You remember back in the day We used to look
Yeah.
at this board when
I
we
hit it with
first
the tens and the
discovered.
jacks and stuff, but I don't hit it as much with like, queen six, queen jack.
Yeah, I mean, I don't find this king 5 one. Or
Yeah.
this king 4, miss it a million times when it comes to overbetting it. Never find it. Population just autopilots this, which is fine. And my phone, somebody's calling me.
10-3 looks like it's folding.
I
It's in
don't
there.
always,
Hold
I
on.
see slivers.
Yeah, oh yeah, I see them now. I do see them.
It looks like you want more 5 than 3.
It's just that we don't have
Let's look
a
at
lot
10
of
5.
good hands here. Like, okay, we have the 9s. We're gonna raise all them, but he also has 9s. He's opening 9s, I think, right?
I mean,
Offsuit.
we're still check raising like 25% of range or something.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I'm surprised it's that high, honestly.
Yeah.
17, yeah, 20%.
5 6
But
7 5.
like I first think of like what value hands. The more value hands I have, the more out of line I like to get. I just look at this board. I'm like, I don't have 9-4-0. I don't have 4-2-0. I don't have 9-2-0. Like I just don't have any 2-pair combos. So that my
Yeah,
mind
but
triggers
you have all the combos of 2 and 4 that are suited and you have
Suited.
none.
But I look at
Like,
my
they don't have
offsuit
none, but they
for
have few.
max value, right? So then that triggers something in my head. It says, okay, if I don't have any 2-pair combos on this flop, I know I can't be check raising too much, and I gotta be a little more careful.
So it looks like 6s. It's more the 5x than the 3x. You're muted. You're muted, 6s.
Oh, I'm sorry. All right, cool. I punted. It ain't too
It's
bad.
definitely a thing, though. You
It's
could-
0%.
It's in there.
I mean, it's 0 EV. Like, it's mixing, and I think people just play poorly versus it.
Yeah.
But look at this Jack 3. Everything but the 10-3. So the heuristic is I was
Which is
just a little
weird.
bit off. It's just a little. I just need a little bit better, which is fine. Understood. Like if I was using Jack, I would use Jack 3, 10-3. I would use all these, not 8-3, 7-3, because I want the over. But makes sense. At least it's 0 and not negative EV. That makes me feel better.
Yeah, it really looks like they want you to have an over to the 4 mostly. I don't know. I guess it's a 3x. We're still doing it. My bad. Never mind.
Yeah. Sweet. Keep it going. B Money is very good at the game, as you can see. He's better than me. I'm spazzing out here, check raising, and he's disciplined. I like this open offsuit 8x on the button, 9x and a cutoff, 10x and a hijack, Jack X and a low jack. And immediately jammed on for your troubles. Standard jams. Who do we have here? Time to test somebody. Molten, what's your 3-betting range at 60 versus this 60 in this configuration?
Okay, so a lot.
Outside of the strong linear, you don't have to tell me aces, kings, queen. I get that, but
Okay,
just give me your
so
bottoms.
so I'm looking at the VP 20. Okay, so it's standard. So I'm going to 3-bet a lot of suited broadways. So queen, king, a lot of suited king X. So like king 8 through king 4 suited. I'm going to 3-bet ace 9 off, ace
Plus?
10 off.
Okay.
I'm going to flat ace jack off quite a bit, but ace 9 off, ace 10 off, I'm 3-betting, and then ace queen off plus. Ace jack is like the island where I flat sometimes. Because I don't really
I'm
want to bet
listening.
4-bet.
Yep.
And I 3-bets a lot of suited aces as well. And yeah, that's mostly my 3-bet non-premium range.
We almost saw this earlier. It's practically the same premise as when we were 100 earlier. You can almost decide to 3-bet most of the range here. It really prefers queen jack suited for its playability. Some of these just a flat 9x, obviously. You don't want to block the bottom of his range there. It uses these. But yeah, you could even mix with these. The EV isn't like too terrible. It's lower, but it much prefer to call. But a lot of 3-betting this here. And you were right. I mean, some of these islands, you said king 4. you're going to be in there and stuff like that. I was kind of impressed that you got that in there, but mostly calling. But I think aggressive mistakes in some of this manner aren't the worst. So, and people are going to play poorly to the 3-bets. Obviously, that's focus. It's good to quiz ourselves in these spots and make sure our ranges are good and we're playing well. Ooh. Don't fold. Oh, mama.
Days, I think.
Just puts him in on a board like that. Oh. Is it over? Did he? We got him. Nice. Dead small blind. Don't worry about trying to steal pots. It's not worth it. I wonder if we're at like 50% of the fields or anything like that. Yeah, B-Money. You know what I'm saying? If we're using 50%-ish ranges, it's starting to feel
Starting
like that.
stocks. I was started at 88,800 and it's 136K.
Yeah,
So
okay.
we're probably like 75%.
It's 2-4 right now. Yeah, it's 2-4. We use it. Is this a full frequency C-bet board? Yes or no, skate or die? Are you C-betting every single hand in your range on ace queen 2 that you open? Cheap to win, yes or no?
What's that? Jack Queen.
I would say against the big blind, yes, I would start slowing down maybe more on king high and like monotone stuff.
Okay. Okay. All right, cheap to win. What's your answer, buddy? Thank you, skate.
What was the question?
Oh no, are you C-betting your entire range, or do you have hands that you would check on ace queen 2? And if so, what are those
Queen
hands?
2.
Yeah, are you checking?
You're in cutoff hijack. I
Yeah.
see bet
Everything, right?
on this board.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty sure it is, but it's always good, and we're not 100 effective. C-bet range. Nobody said no. I shouldn't even go through spending the time, but it's always good to see.
20 effective.
What is it? 40 effective?
20.
25.
22. Yeah.
Oh yeah, this man is short.
Mm.
Something like this.
Or Griffin.
Trick question.
Those are the ones I was looking at. Yeah.
Boop, 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 boop. Boop. I'm surprised some of these Queen X don't mix a little bit more.
King X2.
Is that range? You can be a lazy son of a bitch and use it as range, to be honest with you. If you can't remember in game that jacks, 10s, and 9s and stuff.
I actually really love checking all those pairs.
Feels
Because
it's really natural.
for the ones that are under pairs, like, are you betting on the flop for value or as a bluff? You're kind of turning jacks into a bluff, which is not a good idea. And then you need to balance that with top of range that needs no protection.
Yeah, your jacks aren't going to get
really like
called by
that.
worse. Jacks, 10s, 9. They're not going to get called by worse. You're going to end up putting in one bet and having.
Be hell the turn.
I mean, yeah, you just check and you don't want to use them as a bluff. The queen's never folding, so you value under yourself. But it's interesting. I think most people, I say that because I think the default is for most people to just bet range. Myself,
I think if you want to see bet
lazily
everything
school.
but those pairs, it's probably a really good strategy.
No, yeah, absolutely. And I don't think people are going to catch on. And you balance that with having top set, and I would use queen. I mean, if I fucking have pocket queens and drill this at this
Just
SPR, short, right?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Let's get back into it. I mean, and then what?
Yeah, now you're fucked.
I mean, I'm just saying this population when
He gone.
He gone. Literally.
King 10 just fucked you up.
Yeah, fuck it. I mean, we don't have to go through. You should know by now that if you try to bluff catch there, you've lost all your stack. The Eagle Claw. Damn. Can he reopen the action? Let me stop. It's not worth our energy. Cole. What
Hello.
size? What are you doing here, bud?
I'm probably 6.5.
3.5x. What's the worst pair that you're going to 3-bet here? And do you have any all-ins or anything? Or what are you doing with pocket eights?
Probably same size. I guess I don't know. I don't really want to call out of position, but maybe I should have a calling range here.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Do you call, like, would you be more inclined to call here if we were, say, 25% of the field left? What would your range look like? Would you jam eights in that spot? Like 40 big blinds.
I definitely don't want to jam. I don't think I want to jam anything,
Okay.
but I've not a big MTT player, so not very studied here, but I don't know, the
Yeah.
sizing feels big for me to jam, but I know, like, I played my first MTT the other day because I want to satellite, like, playing
A live one?
cash. No, online,
okay.
like, I was just playing cash and got like you get like the free roll tickets, and
Yep.
then I like satellited into an $11 MTT and I played it, and I know like there's a lot of spots where like I was opening small and people were just ripping it on me. I had no clue what to do.
Yep.
So like this is a good example where like I was struggling the other night where like I would be the guy just like min raising and people would rip on me and I would be like, I have no idea what I'm supposed to call with.
And this is great training for that. Like to come into these streets, and that's good. I'm glad I asked you, and I got that little bit of background because it'll help us all a lot, help each other, because these spots come up all the time. And in Chip EV, I would imagine we do have some rips here. Pocket eights, ace
Really
queen off.
interesting how it's the same rules but very different games, right? Cash and
Yep.
tournaments.
Yep. Those guys are used to playing much deeper and things like that. Here, it's you're in our when it gets 40 and sub 40, we're the masters because we know what to jam and what 3-bet. But yeah, for reference here, let's just take a look. I'm curious to see what our jamming range is. Molten says we are in the small blind, and I believe it was hijack. I think more jamming in the cutoff versus RFI 40, ace queen, nines, this, and then our sizing is 3.5. So you went 6.5. I think you need to be 7. So you need to be a little bit bigger with the size. Ace jack, these pure calling. Jamming the suited jacks, jamming nines. I think we get to jam eights versus the cutoff open. I would jam the shit out of ace queen and ace king here every time almost. Yeah, it's eights. I keep getting this mixed up. Yeah, the cutoff opens, you get to jam eights and ace queen, and then the hijack, it still goes to nines. That makes sense. So, yep. Back at it. So Jackson's a 3-bet, no all in. That's 4.5, which is too big. We want to be 7 here. And he said, I've seen enough. He gone open. Let me look at these stacks. I would lose control on my body. I would open this. A loose ass open, I think would be okay sometimes.
It's not bad for off, right? Like queen 6-ish is the normal.
I think queen 5 suited, but
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I would go 1 pip if I think I have a nice little advantage and people aren't going to fight back. And I think it's important to get outside the solver sometime and not try to play like the damn thing. You look at the table, you look at the guys behind, you have the game, you have a game flow sense if you're getting 3-bet or not, and use it to your advantage or create some action to get some action. Like, I don't know.
Can I ask a question on that Jack's hand real quick?
Yes, sir.
So like right there it shows ace king, the all in, it's pretty low.
Oh, right
Like
here.
if I just raise ace king there, I hate playing out of position. Like, so could there be a higher, all in there frequency?
Damn it. You know what, Derek, I'll be 100% honest with you. I hate playing ace king in that spot too, and I jam it way more than I just raise it. Probably
Okay.
disproportionate to this.
Okay.
It's
whatever you want.
disgusting. You can, and the good news for you there, but you don't have to worry about like, oh, I'm incorrect or making a mistake here, because the EV of your decision between just raising and just going all in is going to be the same.
Mhm.
You just won't be inducing light four bets and things like that enough, or getting called by ace queen ace jack and stacking people post flop that way, but you'll
Mhm.
still get the flips and stuff like that. You know, you still
Okay.
may get called off pre-flop by ace queen off at some
Cool.
an ace queen suited at some frequency to make up for it. So
Okay.
yep. I think a lot of people get uncomfortable, especially when you have a lot of players that that love just will never fold to a 3-bet, never folds to c-bets, and you just like, okay, I'm a 3-bet ace king. He's gonna call. I'm gonna c-bet. He's never gonna fold, and then I've lost a fucking 40% of my stack. We envision
That's a
that
weird
more.
spot. So like if you 3-bet ace king there and the flop's like jack 10, I don't know, 6 or something, I think you just jam flop. I'm not
You have
positive.
you have some jams on jack 10 X flops.
With
Yeah.
ace king, I think just jam. So like if we don't know that part of the tree either, you're better off just jamming it pretty probably.
And if you're unsure, like, fuck, man, I don't know, jam it and you're fine. Okay. You're not like making a big mistake there. I think it's reasonable. I think I default, especially if I'm playing too many tables, to jamming that spot in chip EV and just raising when I get 50% of the field plus and trying to play much better. I was seeing if this with the bottom of our opening range here is in the cutoff at 40 effective, correct? Yeah, I mean, let's just say 40 effective and cutoff hijack. And this is what going through a hand history is. You're looking at all facets of your game. You're looking at every fucking spot, right? I know it's a pip or even two. Like, this is the cutoff. But if you feel like you're a little bit deeper and you want to push it, it's good. Good. Mixing. Don't want to need to spend too much time here, but I do think at this stack depth, a lot of these offsuit combos are 50-50, 60-40s, right? I think people get into the habit of just checking too much in this spot. It's fine. Golly, how do we not make him pay? It's fine. I don't think we ever go 4x here. At 30 effective. I think you accomplish everything that you want by going 3x. The exact same thing. And you risk a big blind less. You're not inducing.
I screw up these BVB sizes all the time.
3. You want to be the rule of thumb. How about this? You want to make it easy on yourself. 40 and under, just click a 3x. And then when you get to like under 20 and you have that weird spot where you have like 2.7 and 2.5 under that. Want to test it? BBB 40 small blind. Might go 3-5 at 40. 40, what did I miss? First in. 3-5. Then 3-2-5, and then at 30, yeah, 3-2-5. I don't think there's going to be any difference between 3-2-5 and 3 at all. Yeah, I'm surprised it's still there. 3x at 25. This is chip EV for sure. It's not. Okay, I see. Yeah, you just go 3x, brother. 3x even there. Fuck me. Yeah, this is chip EV. And then it goes 2-5 under. So that should help. Quarter pot this board. Whoa. So are you playing the hand like this? If you do, are you just betting quarter pot? I was asking Toe, but he gone.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's all good.
I think
No,
it's
what were your
good.
thoughts? Then just folding to the 3x. Even when we have the king of clubs and a 9 floating out of position there, it's just going to be hell because we're going to check and give up on every fucking turn.
Yeah, it's a weird spot. Like I don't know what they're raising there. Like in my mind, it shouldn't be at 8, but maybe it is.
I swear,
I'm
it feels like people are
struggle.
fucking with me in that spot so much.
Yeah, I'm gonna struggle to fold there, honestly, with a club and two.
Lots of button clicking in that spot. Guys
Yes.
raise you with second pair all the time because they don't know what to do.
All the time. So I said this would be mixing in this region. I noticed mixes a lot of 60-40s and stuff like that. Pre-flop. Yeah, this one's not as much. Jack 9's a 60-40. So yeah, you can go pretty hard with these two regions. At the stack depth, in case you did not know. So we do go 3.5 and he calls. Damn, he does. Oh, he calls a lot. So the flop was 8-6-8. 8-6, and then it was the 8 of I thought it was two-tone. Was this 8 of spades?
8-6, 8-8, and then 6 of clubs, right?
My big question is when we do this, like it once, it's also mixing in some bigger sizes as well. Are we ever just, what is he doing this with? Some of it's 8s.
Raise that I thought raise here. I don't raise enough in position with my strong hands.
Yeah, it's mixing in some flush draws as well. Overpairs it, slow play. Yeah. I mean, now that I see this range, I don't think people are getting, yeah, it's gonna be too strong. Fold. We had King 9 never folding with the club. It does.
Yeah, with the backdoor
the spade.
flush. So
Yeah,
we
with the
were-
king of clubs, because I have the suits backwards. So if you have the
Yeah.
king of clubs, you just can't fold. God damn it. Poker's hard. I
You
feel
guys
you be
draw
money.
flush, redraw, 2 overs. Your 9 blocks 9-8, whatever, probably. King 9, king 8.
But you get into that realm where does the guy ever have a bluff
Right.
there? And then the solver didn't even have a lot of bluffs. So the guy just going to be wild enough? Doesn't look like it.
Or does he have more bluffs in that spot than value? Like, is he got it slow plays the nuts and just over bluffs because he thinks you bricked? Like,
True.
that's like a leveling mental fucking game in your head, right?
Yep. Very nice open. Good spot. Don't miss. Ooh. What's the play here, Danny? You ever checking or you just see betting range and what size?
Just see betting.
Quarter pot, 30%, big. What are your, even though he's short, are you putting him in?
He's so short, I'll just bet like 25%.
25%. Cheat to win?
I am going to. Ew. Alright, how much? He's got 12 left.
Yeah, he's only got 12 behind. Like a little over 2 SPR. Beep, beep.
Call a friend.
Beep, beep.
Sure. I go 1 big blind.
1 big blind. There it is. I'm
There you
doing
go.
something in
Okay.
that. Yeah. I'm somewhere in that neighborhood as well, Cap. Just like 1 to 25% can't make a mistake. They still just miss this board so often. And yeah, I think it's fine. Like, just go small. I don't think I'm ever checking paired board. He's still just gonna have jack 6 of clubs and shit and just be done with it, you know? So fuck it, take the money, deny equity, and bet. What the hell did he do? He just overbet 125% it.
I'm just
Left
stuffing
himself
it. I'm
5.
just stuffing it.
I would stuff it there for sure. Because there could be a situation where equity shifting, he doesn't want to put in any more money. And if he has it, he has it. Fuck it. I want it all. So I would just stuff it here as well. And we don't get it all. Ouchies. Yeah, we just get it all turn. Let's see if we're punting money by c-betting flop or 9-8-8 at 12 versus this big. We can't really do it. I guess we can do 12 effective, but it's gonna be weird. Were we in EP? We were cut off, hijack, low jack, MP. Damn, that's +1. And then it was 8, 8, 9. Are we fucking checking? Never. I mean, it's gonna be a different because well, it doesn't
Something-
look right because we have a 12 big blind opening range and it's not asymmetrical.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? If you do something like this, where we have it in our range, right? And just make it more of a 20 big blind effective thing, you go 8, 9, 9, 8. Yeah, that's like
It'll
this.
probably use like.
Where are we
45
fucking trying?
now.
It's I see some green in there, but 7%. So that's another thing. I think sometimes we let like the board feeling like wet, and these paired boards feel kind of bad for us. Like if I bet here, he has a lot more 8x and 9x. No, he has a lot of fucking garbage as well. So we still need to see bet pretty aggressively, even with this.
Play the turn.
Yep. So it went check.
I'm not so happy to stuff it at 20, to be honest.
No, right.
But the other one for 12, like whatever, let's go.
And let's just say he does this. I mean, we're only going to be able to call. What if he fucking like stuffed it? No, what if he does? I mean, here it is. Here you go.
Yeah.
Okay, he went 200% pot, and it's mixing. You can't. I mean, it's all good.
Yeah.
Hold on, my wife texted me. Hold on, who is this? All right, sweet. C-bet. Range. Open. Beautiful. You ain't missing these suited kings open. I see you B-money improving there for sure. C-bet. Oh, he's got 2 bigs. Just run it. Wow. Whew. This is a weird spot. Would anyone... Oh, he's got 1 fucking big behind. Doesn't matter what we do. We're never folding. Don't fold. Yeah, it's just like whatever. All right, we're starting to get to the very familiar home sweet home stacks and situations that we're used to in our everyday tournaments. No more dumb shit. 40 big and under stacks, kind of deepish. And is anybody getting out of line here? Is anybody opening king 8 off?
Not me.
I
I
would.
would.
There it is. Wait a minute. So no one asked, or it's one. Everybody's insta default was just like meh, right? Nobody wanted to know where we were in this tournament. Seeing these stacks of these guys, we're just fucking we're not robots that needs to be playing these static ass ranges. Are these guys super nitty behind us? If you go play in Vegas in the WSOP 2-hour levels, you can mix in some opens. You can mix in some of this shit. I'm not trying to advocate you guys like to be spewy or anything like that, but for fuck's sakes, 0%, 3% over the largest sample size. You're not getting jammed on light. He almost doesn't exist. Everybody, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, how crazy can we go in something like this? Like, we got to learn how to, you guys have to learn how to run tournaments over, man. Just looking at your fucking default static opening charts ain't gonna cut it.
Like that guy with a 3% 3-bet with 15 in the small blinds liable, he might just like flat like ace-5 suited, stuff like that he should jam. Like it just makes life so easy on you.
I mean, he's a 3% 3-bet. This is the cutoff at king 9. You have 2 guys with you have 3 guys under 5%. I would open all my offsuit 9s, 8s, go down to this, all my suited 6s, every suited king, every offsuit aces, all the pairs. Is there any iteration where we can go ape shit?
7-6, 7-5, 6-5.
This.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to ask yourself, if you guys have been getting the same results, doing the same ass shit, playing the same ass ranges, don't you want to try? Or maybe you are trying and you're too aggressive in this spot and you're just getting jammed on this shit too much and you're losing too much. I'm looking at this and I'm drooling.
You just opened a
152
2.
wins. Yeah, just min raise. Just min raising. I mean, these guys put up no resistance. Just, I don't know. He has 2 guys with 100 hands and a 5% 3-bet in the blinds. on a presumable soft money bubble. I'd be out of line as hell if I'm playing well. Yep. Can't fold. Boo. Now we have the 20 bigs. Ruh-roh, Shaggy. Now we're gonna have to sweat a little bit. We ain't had to sweat all tournament till just now, literally.
The garbage can.
Yes. Home sweet home, 20 bigs. Molten, what are you shoving? What's your shoving range in a spot like this? And let's assume we are 25% of the field remaining.
So
That's
25
what's your
percent.
20 bigs? Yep. Sorry.
Okay, so offsuited aces.
All suited aces. Okay. What are you jamming all pairs?
How much does that get effective? 20 effective.
Yep.
Button.
And we have
Yeah, I'm
asymmetrical to
shoving.
kind of look at a spot like this, so be kind of
Okay, I know asymmetrical is shoving all pairs. I mean, with chip EV, it's shoving all pairs for sure. ICM, I'm not certain about deuces to fours, but I'll say all pairs. I'll say all pairs,
Okay.
even though that one I'm not certain on.
Yeah.
Aces, I'll go ace.
If you give me your bottom, like if you
off
say
plus.
ace 10,
Ace 8, ace 8.
ace 8 off plus. Oh, okay. Okay. Derek, what about you? What are your thoughts on the range? Derek Mason, if you're
I don't like it's hard for me to shove all ace suiteds. Like I like ace 5 obviously a lot.
right.
Like maybe ace 8, ace 9 up, but I don't like shoving like ace 3, ace 2. I don't know why. And then I'm kind of tighter. I wouldn't be shoving ace 8 offsuit there personally. I just know I wouldn't. I'd probably go like ace 10 up, and then yeah, all pairs from like maybe 5 up. But again, like I said, I'm usually tighter, which is probably hurting me, but
I didn't hear anybody using going 2.5 BB. We are 25% of the field, and maybe that little tidbit would have helped you guys make tailor your ranges a little bit differently. But yeah, take that consideration. Let's say we're 25% of the field remaining or something like that. And are you ever just really ripping pocket aces or pocket kings? Like, and then ace king suited. So I wonder if we look at this, are any of the bottom of the range, ace 8 off, ace 9 off, those kind of hands going to mix 2.5x? And then we have ace 10, jack, queen, 10, king jamming, 3-betting small with ace king suited, aces and kings, and then maybe queens as well. And stuff. I just want to see. I'm not certain. Like
I think
it's
aces
good.
and kings are just flatting here, honestly.
I could see that as well. I think that would be more tailored for that.
Maybe
So-
like ace 10 off. Like we're not that wide with the offsuit versus cutoff. 20.
So let's see if we can find anything in the 25% field. We may not be able to. But here we have this is kind of close. We could also just look at it in this as well. But I just want to check because these kind of spots when you get deeper, very, very important versus RFI. So let's just see if we are cut off button at this. If he has us covered, hero position, but they're open 33% here. Suited tens, there it is. Damn, Molten Ashes, you're
Only
nasty.
12. That's only
12.
12.
That's 12. That's 12.
Oh, that's 12 big. Oh, I
yeah.
gave us the cutoff.
Yeah. Okay,
Wait a
now
minute,
I'm
hero
thinking I'm
position
too
on the
wide.
button.
What?
Oh,
what
I
they
see. Oh, I wanted to
yeah.
do this one. I was clicked on the wrong one. I was like, damn, that range is actually what you said. Hero position button, and there, here we go. I mean,
Yeah, I'm too tight. I'm too wide.
Derek, I see you though. You did pretty well there. You omitted these, which I think is good. You can see though, there is. See, I thought there is a little bit. Kind of, I was like, it's like maybe you go 2.5x or 2.25x with some of this, like the bottom of your range type shit. But there's not as much of that as there is just doing it with the damn goods. I mean, I would just rip A7 if I don't. Hard to find this island, these two islands. But yep. So very good. It's good to work on these kind of spots. And that's for 25% of the field remaining. That's not a chip EV range, by the way, so you don't get confused. Oh man, I would be sitting here sweating on stream trying not to hit the raise button. He's just getting away with a murder. Oh,
Might be you.
what's up? That might be me right there. Yeah, that could be me, right? Nah, I mean, shit. I would take it every time, dude. God. I would open that suited king there. I don't know if I'd be able to control myself. Just close my eyes and just get jammed on. Okay. Kind of tricky. Cap. Check call, check raise.
So wait, we're big blind. We defended,
Yes, sir. We didn't even defend. This cat limped.
limped,
Mm-hmm.
and then the flops. What?
This.
I mean, I'd be tempted to lead.
That's I had a coach that would talk about these. We went into deep thoughts about these kind of spots. Looking at the EV, it's pretty close.
too.
And it's reasonable.
They
Yes.
definitely have better aces in their limping range, but like I don't think one big blind is that. So I'm not folding. Like if they limped an ace, they're not doing that to bet one big blind on that flop.
Well, look
My
who it
opinion.
is. Look who the fuck it is. The
Wow.
nit of the hour. Somebody might be tighter than you, Cap. You remember him? He's been here all day. He might be tighter than you. I don't know if of all the people at the table, man, this guy gives me the jitters because he is so tight. He
I'll
probably
still
just
call
goes
it.
one and give it up. Oh, we're never folding. I was just thinking about my theory and want to check raise kind of goes out the window versus this guy.
Yeah.
And you probably want to check as your better ace X, not this one, right? Have some ace X.
See, he's straight the fuck boy. I believe you, buddy. Yep. Beautiful.
Oh, we don't get to
That's-
see the hand. I hate that.
Yeah.
You know what they're up to.
What? Yeah. What can he be? Who is this? Whose dad is playing the game? This is somebody's papa. Something that's crazy. Man. Oh, he's in there. He's seen enough. Oh my! Is that all in? Oh. Joey. What's the bottom of your getting range here? I mean, we don't have to look at it. I mean, me and Toe were looking at a lot of spots like this.
What's this guy's VPIP in the cutoff? If it's like 40
Standard.
plus,
No,
I'm
he's
out.
standard. He's standard.
Okay.
He's standard.
Are we still 25%?
Yep. 6-12 is gonna be like that. I mean, I know he's folding.
I'm not really sure about ace queen, ace king.
Worst pair. And then it just if you're not sure about ace queen, what's the worst pair? And then that's
I mean,
it. It's
if
dead.
we're just calling, I guess maybe nines, tens. Because it was only 4 big, so I guess you could slide in with ace queen and nines.
25% of the field, it's 20. I mean, I'm going broke with ace queen. Probably the bot. It's at 15, 20. If I got 25, I might just be a super nit and never tell a soul or something like 30 bigs. But...
Never tell soul.
Yeah. Oh, the stream malfunction, guys. I'm sorry. I don't know what happened to the table. It froze up. Nopers, no flats in that spot. Good folds. We must be getting fairly deep in this. It's 15 KBB.
That's
See,
what I
I
think
don't-
about playing on global. No one ever has to see anything I do on there.
It's great.
How many hands are left?
I have no idea. We're gonna finish this until my pizza gets here. I'm committed. I'm all in.
You can just click that little drop down and see how far you are.
I like surprises, Toe.
Okay.
Yep. Oh yeah, we're in hell too. Yeah, this is getting there. Look at the average stack. We're getting there. I know this zone very well. Oh man.
Final table or final two, right?
Oh,
Something
I
like
would,
that.
I think I'd min raise that.
Oh my god.
Hey, not from EP. I'm just ripping it at 12. I ain't playing games.
I'm with Kev.
People are just scared to. Nobody
too.
wants to play this. Nobody. Look
I mean,
at
cut
you
off for a
guys.
hijack, fine, I guess, but not.
We
for
have
first
any
position.
rips?
I had min res like
Any
14 or
rips?
something.
Yeah, 14 is fine.
I don't know if I have any jumps
15, like 15 is fine.
that from that position from 12. Certainly
raise
not
aces and
ace
kings.
king.
We have any dusty ass stack here?
There's 14, there's 12. Up. There you go.
No jams.
Yeah, I didn't think it was any jump. Okay.
Yeah, I don't play that game.
I don't play that game.
I open 2 and get my, it's ICM. Everyone's got like, they all sitting there with 8, 9, 10.
We
big
all
blinds. I
have-
open 2x and get 3, 4 calls.
How about this? On global, I never jam 12. There's no need to. On Iggy, where I feel like it's way different. Deep on global, I don't need to open 12. People are just gonna play straightforward. But I swear to God, on you min raise here on Iggy at some time, man, yours are gonna somehow end up 3 or 4 way, even here. And it's weird. This guy will like a flat. Oh, the button needs to see a flat with Jack 9 offsuit. You know, which is fine. But I don't know. The deeper you get, I kind of like the min raise a little bit more. as
Yeah,
well.
15.
You know what I'm saying? No, I'm talking about the deeper in the tournament.
Oh.
When you play big fucking tournaments, like you get deep in like the 162s and shit. With 12, it's just a pure min raise. But in the 1650s and the lucky sevens and shit, like when you have too high of a probability to go multi-way, even like in spots where you should never go multi-way, I only jam. Or if I have like 11. Dead. Old. Hey, there we go, B-Money. I don't mind this. I do think it hurts to lose a little bit more when we're deeper, but all this extra dead money. Good luck. Wow. Makes sense. You have fold equity on him. So you must be getting close to the final 2 tables.
This is right by the bubble then. If you saw that 3-bit all in with leading 1 behind, we're like right.
Oh, the money bubble. So my assumption was correct. Like we always cash these crazy 8s and lucky 7s tournaments at 25 KBB. Always. I just wasn't sure if the early cadence was a little bit different.
How many people play it?
The one at night played 1600 play.
1600 and we're this short?
Dude, the blinds go up every 8 minutes.
This isn't. This is probably the 5K crazy 8s. So this is probably the one that starts like now.
Yeah.
So it's not quite as many people in it.
All right, going through on the road again. Jam for 6 bigs. Holy shit. Ruh-roh.
That min raise off that stack size is so scary.
Toe says it.
It's so
That's why I said
scary.
bro. No, when you see that, dude, I swear.
Min raise off 8 bigs is like
heartbroken.
it's one
Dude.
hand.
It's unfortunate, man. I don't know what else to say. Like I stream, so I can never fold this, and you can't fold. It's nothing you can do with 6 bigs.
It's 6 bigs. I feel like if it was 10, you can get away from it. You know what I mean? But like for 6, you just got
But even us saying that, there's a guy sitting at home with no friends, folding king queen off with remarkable ease because he knows this is aces.
Yeah, I'd be shook.
I'd be fucked. I can't. Yeah, I'm heartbroken.
I
Like,
might
cause you
fold
know,
sometimes.
it's a 1-hand range in the micro stakes. We're talking crazy. We're talking like, dude, a guy like this and these randoms when we get this deep in tournaments. I only run an aces and kings. We've been doing this shit for years. You know this is a 2-hand range, but we can't. You know, king queen suited with 6 bigs. I'd run it. I'd be lazy as fucking run it. 75% of the time as well, especially.
I would just cash, so I see it. Like there's no.
The problem is that
Yeah.
with this hand you block kings, and so it's only a 1-hand range now.
I saw something
Literally.
similar. in the WSOP last night.
Big
So
wake
it
up.
was like hijack opens, ace queen 2.1x. Low jack opens 2.1x. Hijack flats jacks. Cutoff flats ace queen. So it's ace queen, jacks, ace queen. Big blind squeezes. He squeezes for like half his stack. Which was a small squeeze to start with. You had like 3.4 million, I think, to start the hand with.
Yep.
Low jack folds, he gets the jacks. Like they're just never good there.
They beat 0 hands.
Like that range is literally like maybe queens plus, kings plus, and I don't even think ace king
The
does that.
jacks go
Ace
broke?
king- I think ace king throw jams. Yeah, he happily just jams it into him. Like I'm like, dude, like you or jacks are just
Well,
never good there. You got
but
to fold, man.
I mean, but these guys, I mean, the mental fatigue factor. I played the main a
Yeah.
few times. The mental fatigue factor is extraordinary. Like one of my buddies is still in it. I haven't checked it for the updates, but he was in it with like Daniel Scroggins, longtime friend of mine.
I mean, you and I really
Also
felt it when we
talking
did the tag team deep run and then
4
immediately did the
days.
Millie Maker and both
We played 40 hours in 4 days, and
End
I
of day
felt like
one on the
hell.
Millie
I couldn't
Maker, I
even-
caught myself staring at the floor and snapping back into reality like, oh shit, what happened? Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Fatigue's
it's
a thing.
2-hour levels. So I'm imagining like mental fatigue is, but you can't have that. Like it's a part of the game, right? Like you can't make those mistakes. That's why his ass is on the rail. But regarding this hand history, B Money, thank you, man. It was a really well played hand history. I really seen some things I really liked. I like how you started to. No, I really liked how your opening range seemed very solid. Your sizes throughout seemed pretty good as well. A few nitty things to 3-bets early. And I would just say get in there and gamble versus these guys a little bit more early and stop being scared to lose a handful of small big blinds. You're not going to compound the mistakes as much as these guys are.
Yeah.
Especially with the suited with hands that can make the nuts. Don't be scared to lose 4 fucking big blinds, 6 big blinds when you have 300 versus these guys when they're gonna make all the mistakes.
Yeah.
Um,
I was definitely over. I think I was coming from a place of over calling versus 3-bets, and then I overly tightened it. So I kind of have to find that middle ground.
Yeah.
That you can lop off the
Well,
bottom of your range.
don't even think about it in a vacuum like that where I overdo and then I underdo it. Just know that when you're deeper, you can definitely peel versus these guys a little bit more with hands that can make the nuts, man. And then when we get shallower, I think ranges are a little bit more condensed or people are a bit honest and especially when you get deeper, it's tougher. But
Your boy is 7th in chips today to start the day.
yeah, Daniel Scruggs, that's my dude. He's 7th in chips to start the day, babe.
Yeah, I'm railing
What's
two PA guys are still in it. One guy's right behind them, Ryan. And Frank is 35th.
How many people left, Cap?
49.
Wow, so it's like really getting down there. And how many more days to go? 2?
Well, they added an extra day, but they might not actually need it depending on how today goes. So what's today? Thursday. They're supposed to play today, tomorrow. I think Saturday might be a day off, and then Sunday, I believe. I mean, I could look on PokerGo. See what the schedule is. I've been watching a ton of it. A lot of the local guys had some really good runs. We're down to 2, but
Yeah, and you're from Philly?
yeah, well, PA guys. They play. We have regulated poker in PA, so got to know some guys from across the state a little bit.
Oh, his pizza's here? Is his pizza here?
No, I was just talking to my wife. She had to tell me something. Daughter getting dropped back off and
Donato's?
take the kids. Donato's, hell no. Ooh, Donato's is good. Yeah, with all the pepperonis. I forgot about it. Yeah, Donato's is solid. We have those
don't have
around
that
us
here.
as well. GG feels bad.
It's over Monday. Saturday's an off day.
Let me see. But yeah, B Money. Any other notes from that? Missed a few range C bets. Everything else looked pretty standard, man. I think you did pretty well. Like you didn't like bust this tournament because you missed spots late. I think standard variance ran kind of cold other spots. It's just standard shit, right? You know how it is. I'm suffering from the same thing on Initial, man. Like you have one fucking thing go bad in these kind of shallower stack tournaments. You go in deep, lose one flip, run a little bit cold, GG, you're done, right? And then you just have to play enough volume to get your opportunity in these.
I also feel like these are the best tilt to max late reg too, because like you know, you reg with like 12, you double, you get to like 25, 26, you're already, you know,
Coast.
40 off the, then you're 40 off, you know, late reg is over, you're 40 off the money, and most people play like dog shit, so.
Yep. Did anyone else who sat here and looked through the whole hand history have any feedback for B Money? You know, we're all here as a group, we're all trying to get better as a family together, right? So anybody else have any notes?
Maybe
for B Money?
find some more 3-bets in late position.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I definitely don't have enough of that from the button.
Button and cut off, yeah. And even like the small blind, maybe. Yeah, the small blind was fine. It was 1 or 2 hands, I guess.
Yep. What else? Find opportunities to open from late position if your opponents are tight. Don't use static ranges.
Yeah.
Another
with that too.
That's
Yeah,
another one.
I think something for everybody is that the charts on GTO Wizard or Preflop Academy, they're mainly guidelines.
Yes.
You don't have to follow them like they're gospel. Look at your opponents and look for times to actually change from those charts.
Yeah, I mean, we had clear as day evidence. Like, I'm not saying always take that King 7 open or that Queen 4 open, but we had clear evidence of 2 guys that just were not going to 3-bet anything but the fucking goods. And we're overfolding and weren't making our lives hell in any way, shape, or form. When you have that combination, man, the only thing to do is to run it over. There's just guys that make millions attacking those type of players that they built that big, have that big of an edge on, who aren't going to be defending, who aren't going to be 3-betting, who aren't going to be check raising, right? And that's how you build your portfolio. You can't just do that by trying to play theoretically sound, using the same shit when everybody else does. You're going to have to be able to deviate. And there's also going to be people behind you that are giving you hell, and you're going to have to fold tighter than these charts and not open up the ace 9 because you're just going to get 3-bet and you're going to get shit on too much. So you're going to be also need to be tighter in some cases. But at the lower stakes, you guys just probably need to be focused on being looser versus these guys. 1 second.
Now the pizza's here. You can hear the dogs.
Testing. We still here?
We're here. He went to
Ah.
go get his pizza. I can hear the dogs. The pizza guy's got to be there.
I was spinning a thing online. It was like 10 times louder. I had to quick mute my mic, and then when I came back, I didn't hear anybody talking.
If anyone has some free time, I did post a hand from a tournament I played this morning. That I would love to get some like more, like deep advice on. It was I had pocket queens with 18 left and only 7 people made money. It was on global, and it went open limp, call, and I queens in the big blind, and I raised it up to 8. And I got called by it went fold call and ace queen 10 all hearts, and I c-bet and got shoved on, and I had him covered, and he had king jack of spades. But I don't know if I raised too big pre-flop.
How deep were you?
I think I had 40 big blinds, and he had like 29.
I mean, honestly, if they were all like under 30, I'd probably just shove over those idiots.
I know, right?
But he would have called and he would have lost. So it wouldn't, you're going to get the same results, honestly. He's not folding king suited, probably.
Some of that can be just results oriented. Like, I don't think you did anything wrong for the way it sounds. That's his hand. Yeah. This?
Yeah.
You're gonna have to run after this hand, most likely. Let me see.
Like these limpers gets tilted, they get tilty, they, like.
This is kind of
only one limp.
interesting. Like, it's 3 limps. You
One.
see.
Oh, one.
6.
Oh, there is 3.
Yeah.
Joey, what are you doing here?
6,
I rip this a lot, honestly. I don't care.
7, 8,
I
8
just
to
want to get
10 big blinds.
8 to 10. Okay. Make it 12, Matt says. Toe, you're pretty good at this ISO shit.
Oh, 7, 8, maybe 9. 12 seems high.
6 is too small. I feel like
Yeah,
8
I'm
to
like
10.
4, 5, 6, 7.
Rip
What's
feels too much. It's kind of interesting to decide to rip because you got to ask yourself, are we going to be overperforming 6 big blinds if
I
we
wanna
go
get
post flop out of
called.
position?
Not
I know.
We
limping
jam, we don't
wide.
get called.
I'm limping a lot. I mean, I'm jamming a decent amount of stuff there too, honestly. Like, because I'm just like, well, you guys get out.
Oh, you practically just put him in. I think our c-bet size here doesn't really accomplish a lot. You need to go tiny here,
Yeah.
Derek. I think your
Yeah.
sizing in a lot of these
6.
spots when we're this shallow effectively, like 40 and we get called, is going to be like a quarter pot.
Yeah, 5 big
Okay.
blinds.
Is it good enough?
and it's a monotone board. You always go smaller.
Yeah, monotone boards, you're
Yeah.
generally not going to have sizes over 50%.
Okay.
Pretty fucking rare. I mean, maybe at 100 bigs and stuff like that.
You got it in good too. He flopped the nuts. He jammed on that. I guess
He
so.
called it's just what he's gonna do. Yikes. That was a
Yeah.
very bad play from this guy. What is he hoping for? That. I mean, I don't think you made an egregious mistake or anything like that. I do think you should see bet generally for yourself going forward in those kind of spots. Just going smaller. You don't want to overcondense your opponent's ranges in that spot. When you go big, you're just going to get called by the best hands that they have. When you go
Okay.
smaller, you're going to be able to bluff more of your range when you miss, right?
Mhm.
With ace king on some of these boards, you can just go small and still be able to take it down. You can go small with aces and be able to induce a lot of action from other hands. So using a small bet has a lot of value.
Okay. But the pre-flop raise was
Debatable and
Yeah, it's
fine.
good.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
good. I mean, yeah,
Sure.
some people, everybody was raising from that region plus 8
Okay.
plus. So you didn't go too small. The sizing was going to be appropriate. And for the people who get post flop, everybody's broke.
Cool.
One way, shape, or form. We're all losing our money in the same way.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the money's lost unless we can get them to fold pre-flop. And he didn't. And when he sees the flop, we're dead.
All right. Thanks.
Yep, no problem. Yeah, we do this every week. I don't know if this is your first week here, but we do this every Tuesday and Thursday at noon Eastern. I go to about this time generally, unless I have something else come up. Tuesdays are for cash games as well. And I think I have a couple hand histories. I have a set has hand history and another member's hand history we're going to be going through this week as well. Next week, I think for the group, we are going to mix in more theory fundamental work. I've seen a few areas today, which it seems like people, a couple of situations post-flop we can look at, do some more ICM pre-flop work as well. And then the week after that, we'll probably do another hand history. We'll keep this balance going. Fundamental work, hand history, just making sure we're getting better on both sides. So yeah, Matt, that'll be next week. We're gonna drill some fundamentals. And I think we're going to go over some of the easiest stuff. Like that small blind shit that I saw today at stacks, we always see, there are too many different answers. People were all over the place. And this is like 25 bigs versus a late position open. And people are kind of struggling. So we're going to make sure we're very solid in that region next week, facing opens and making sure when we do 3-bet or we get post flop, we know how to proceed as well. But if you guys have any other feedback for me, criticisms, or anything we could do to make the group better, feel free to let me know. Otherwise, let Uncle JL and the team know you guys enjoy this. recruit other people to come in as well. The more the merrier. And yeah, good luck, guys. I'm gonna end it and go get some pizza.
Thanks.
Yep.
You go.
He gone. Thank you guys. Take care. Good luck. Good luck. Good luck. And I'll see you guys Saturday stream.
All right.
We'll be here.
Yep. See
Thanks,
ya.
guys.